Start on time.
Oh, everybody, I need to switch. I forgot to switch. I asked everybody to get here. You are not the DM. I am the DM. Okay.
I am the DM now.
Oh, no. I quit.
I am going
That was
to
quick.
number our sessions this time.
Forgot to adjust the borders, which was the whole purpose of doing this early. One-time setup. Okay. Everybody was almost in the right spot. So I hate how Discord just changes everybody's chat location when you're in video chat. It's annoying. And Dusk Hollow, you were in the right spot the whole time. Okay, cool. So there's that. So, yeah, hey, we're live again, and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons for a brand new campaign. Yay, fun! Starting all over from level 1. Y'all did make level 1 characters, right?
Level 3 characters, you lying sack of.
Ah, shit. Okay. Yes, that's right. Level 3. So we went over everything in session 0. Do y'all have any questions before we start? Are y'all ready to dive in?
I am ready to dive in. Let's do this.
Okay. So you have all at this point received a letter in the form of either a courier or a paper bird, one way or another, or procured it of your own accord. A letter. The letter states, and I will read off one in particular. But I have to pull it up. Dear Mr. Bjornenheim, I'm pleased to announce that Barnaby Holdford II will graciously open the doors to his manor to you and a few other honored guests. The address is 32 Holdford Boulevard, along the outer rim of Perivale. Any inn proprietor may assist you in navigating to the manor. Please be prepared to attend at 5 p.m. on the eve of the 5th day of Myrtle. The finest food and drinks will be provided, as well as details regarding the particulars to your invitation, and Master Holdford has arranged a small token of his appreciation for taking the time to listen. Please keep this letter and this information to yourself. You will find a reservation under your name at the Viridian Chalice in the Emerald Ward. I look forward to speaking with you. Now, everybody's letters has a little bit of variation depending on where you're at and your name, of course, but that is the gist of it. So the year currently is 1871, and it is spring. People from near and far gather in the large city of Perryville. And it is accustomed to the hustle and bustle of busy everyday life, sitting at around 50,000 in population, give or take. Currently, however, inns and taverns are having a hard time finding room for extra visitors due to the large influx of out-of-town traffic in the city. Quiet whispers stir rumors of mysterious meetings at the Holdford Manor. One of those circulating rumors is that some people have received a special letter, one that requests a presence to the Holdford Manor, an estate not many people get to see. So for those of you who have arrived in Perryville already, have had the opportunity to walk around the city, you'll have taken notice that people have begun setting up small mobile vendor carts throughout the city as trade season has hit full tilt. As you sit in your respective taverns, we'll see. Rhea and Lion, you are at the Winch and Flask Inn in the East Ward. The Winch and Flask is located at the very cusp of the Eastern Ward, and this ward is the city's most influential and wealthy location. The top percent of the citizens of Perryville are located in it, and as such, the homes are generally very large, well kept, and have spacious yards. Large manors and estates are still rare here, but they do exist, and they are home to the three most prominent families of the city: the Lacranes, the Holdfords, and the Chavez families. This tavern is ran by a very large and very muscular Goliath male by the name of Struggs. He speaks with a very heavy and deep voice, but he is very articulate and very well-versed in the lifestyles of the upper class. Nikiforos and Taurus, you two, unknowing to each other, find yourself at the Tin Raven Inn. The Tin Raven Inn is located in the Arcanum Ward, which is in the very center of the city. It also houses the it also is the largest ward in Perryville, and it's ran by a young tiefling wizard by the name of Zaliel. She is a purple-skinned tiefling with bright golden eyes and a chipped horn on her head. Then you have Dusk Hollow. Dusk Hollow, you find yourself awakened to the bright sunlight and the ringing of bells as you are on top of a building. You wake up. You don't quite remember much of your night before, not past the hours of maybe 1 o'clock. After a night of frivolities, you find yourself on top of the Viridian Chalice Inn located in the Emerald Ward. This is in the northwesternmost section of the city. The ward houses the majority of the Genasi population here. Trees float above the ground in Windwalker Alley. Braziers burn eternally in the Flamespire Alley. There are homes built half underground in the Stone Way. And most importantly, there is a large waterfall which begins atop of a small floating piece of land that flows into a stream lined with marbled brick, which continues throughout the different areas of the city. This inn is ran by a deep fire Genasi and retired adventurer ranger known as Cinder. So with this information and kind of your setting, you hear 3 prominent rings, ding, 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 as a bell rings signaling the time of the 3 o'clock hour, a mere 2 hours before your presence has been requested in the East Ward. You don't necessarily know where you're going, so you have about 2 hours before you need to head that way.
So did you say I was in the inn with?
You currently are in the Tin Raven Inn, fairly well populated amongst. This is kind of like the magical center of the city. So a Taurus is also in this inn. There are various other guests here, though.
I do not know a Taurus, so I guess I'm gonna go down. Wait, what time of day is it?
It's 3 o'clock. You're
PM. I'm
that
assuming.
is correct. Yes.
I would have already eaten lunch.
Boris would basically be sitting by himself, drinking, just kind of keeping an eye on everyone around him.
Dusk Hollow will crawl to the edge of the roof and just kind of roll off.
As you crawl over, you look down in your hand and you have like a handful of short, wiry, scraggly black hairs in your hand.
I'll stuff them in my bag first, and then I'll crawl off the edge and just fall. Maybe pop out my wings to catch myself before I hit the ground, and then just light on the stone. There. This is the Genasi?
It is, yes, yeah. So this is like the Chinatown of Perryville, but it's elemental as opposed to the Chinese architecture. So.
As opposed to Oriental.
Yes, yes.
Is there Oh, you first.
Good.
Do I have the option to get there early?
So you can ask, like, directions from the inn proprietor. Your letter, kind of states you might need to get directions. So upon inquiring, you would learn that it will take you about 45 minutes or so to walk from where you're at to the gatehouse. So you could get an early start, sure.
And I'll go up to the bartender and I will say, "Excuse me, sir. I have an invitation to the manor. I wish to arrive early. Can you take me there?"
My name is Aliel. I am a female. I am not he, but I guess it's hard to tell.
Close
I wear
enough.
baggy clothes. So there's a guard awaiting the northeastern section of the gatehouse for you. I've been instructed to tell you to head that direction whenever you so choose. And she'll kind of point out the ways taking the main road out of the bar, sticking to the left, and on the main double street. So the main roads through the city are big enough for 2 carts to come through. Most of the side streets are 1. So she'll inform you to stick to that, go northeast, and head to the big gatehouse. Can't miss it.
I'll do exactly that.
And Lion, you and Rhea will actually the proprietor's going to come up to your table. I'm assuming y'all are sitting together, but I don't actually know that. Okay.
Yeah.
As he comes up in this deep, hey, you go. Yes, you're here in this ward. So, not many people here in my bar. I know what you two are here for. You are going to need to meet in 2 hours the guards out at the guardhouse. They will take you to the manor, escorted, of course. I'm paid for my discretion.
We were asked for. I mean, what do I see around me, Gup?
Well, you see that there's only one other person in the bar besides you, two, and the proprietor.
So it's just the proprietor. Besides me and her, there's nobody else in here?
There's one other person. Yeah.
Who is it?
So you see a gnomish. Is it one or is it two? It is one. You see a human male with shoulder length wavy brown hair and a full brimmed kind of hat.
Not a female. All right. Very well then.
The lot of you are going, so eat up, drink, meet out front.
How much would lunch have cost me, Gup? I want to subtract that from my...
You don't have to. It was paid for.
Oh.
Your bills have been footed, including food and any tab you might have had at the bar, with the exception of one who happened to have her own other arrangements.
Her? Him?
There.
Going into...
Be determined.
To be determined.
TBD.
To be decided.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yes, I was looking at the bartender. Excuse me, sir. I need you to repeat your directions for me. I was completely dumbfounded by your arrival. So, one more time again, what you told me?
You three fine folk need
Three.
to... You two gentlemen over there eating alone. Only ones here. You have been asked, yes. You have a letter of instruction, meeting to proceed to in 2 hours' time. To do so, you will need to meet the guards at the gatehouse directly outside of the tavern. And he'll set down a little shot glass with two little shots of bourbon and give you a nod
You're
from the gentleman over
very
there.
kind. I mean, is it suspicious?
Just not suspicious.
Right. You wouldn't be lying to us, would you?
I have no reason to lie to you whatsoever.
I am going to insight check.
Sure. First roll of the game.
Oh boy.
I mean, he seems to be honest.
Most truthful man you've ever met.
You do know that your bill has been footed by somebody, so...
Fair enough. What can you tell us about the gentleman over there at the bar, eating by himself?
You don't know who that is.
Do I know?
You
God?
are.
As he says this, he kind of...
Oh.
The figure kind of turns around, gives you a little bit of a notice, and you see a very strapping man. If I can find my paper, there he is. Okay, it's got a full-brimmed blue duster kind of hat with a cloak thrown over him. He appears to be half elven. He is a very famous figure known as Charlemagne Steelhaven. Most known for being the protagonist of many novels based on his real-life adventures. He's kind of a celebrity.
Ah, yes.
He holds up his little shot of whiskey and kind of nods it in your direction, as he was the one who sent the 2 drinks over y'all's way. Oh, here.
Steelhaven.
handouts. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, Charlemagne Steelhaven.
I would like to enter the bar or the tavern that I popped down in front of.
As you poke your head through the door, a somewhat vaguely familiar from the evening before face looks at you. Hey, your bill! You have to pay your bill!
I'm gonna run. As soon as they start pointing at me, I just run.
Which tavern did he go into? Did he go into ours?
No, he is in a different.
He's at the one
ward
I
of
was
the
in.
city.
I was gonna say, yeah.
The run, dip around the corner, and then cast disguise self.
do you maintain your wings when you disguise stealth?
No, I'd hide
They
this.
hide away. Okay.
Yeah.
As you duck off and run away, and as y'all indulge yourself in some more drinks and food, you eventually hear the familiar ringing of booms heard from the clock. This time it strikes 4, knowing that you have about an hour, and that it's probably getting near time for you to start making your way towards the East Ward Gatehouse.
My character leaves, and as he does, he holds his hand out, and a few seconds later, his owl comes and perches himself upon him.
I forgot to give you an owl token, but that's okay. We'll work on that.
As the tavern isn't an option, I'm gonna wander around a little bit and see. First off, disguise myself as a black, scraggly hair, bearded, generic dwarf. Because dwarves have beards, this makes sense.
Fair.
And I'll just try and find, I don't know, a town guard or someone that looks like they would know the area, and ask if they can point me towards.
Give me a perception check.
Old Boulevard.
Yeah.
Perception check. Yeah, 9.
Awesome. So, you notice a couple of guards across the city sidewalks, and other people kind of walking and going from their business. So yeah, you can find a guard.
Can you point me towards the Holdford, the Boulevard?
Points off that direction. Towards the west or east, sorry. Follow them too. As he kind of points towards a pair of identical twins, see 2 older gnome males. Their attire is quite different from what you're used to seeing in, anywhere. So they do wear what would appear to be very fine clothing. As you can see, kind of a tailless tux jacket underneath some light and quite peculiar armor. The armor you see is golden. It's quite clean. It's got 1 shoulder pad on the right with bands of gold that wrap down from the shoulder pad and around the ribcage. And you can see a cog on the shoulder pad that is constantly spinning very slowly. They both wear identical armor. Their pants are very finely tailored. Tux pants, but they're cargo pants. Stylish, yet useful. But they match. So along the legs, you see gold metal bands that hold some items. You see 2 bands on each leg. The one on the left top holds a gold-handled firearm that also has a slow-rotating cog at the end of the hilt. And the bottom band contains a set of tinker's tools. The right leg has on the top band a sheath containing a fine gold dagger, and the bottom band has 2 small glass vials secured tightly to the hip. As they're kind of speaking to themselves, walking in the direction the guard pointed you towards.
I guess I'll make my way over towards the 2 and trail them towards the manor, and then hopefully in the same direction that I was pointed.
All right. Are you staying close or keeping your distance?
You know what? I'm going to disguise self into my normal form, but sans the wings, which wearing fine clothing. And I'm just gonna walk up to one of the two and just, like grab its hand, like I'm holding its hand.
One of the gnomes.
Yeah.
Nice.
As you reach towards his hand.
Whoa,
Oh my! And who are you?
We're going to the same place, so I thought we could walk together. Is this?
Oh my! Well, sure. We yes, brother. Hi, my name's Galvin, and this is my brother Galwin.
They
You
call me
slowly reach
Dust Hollow.
back out to grab his hand.
No, he recoiled his hand.
Oh.
But he kind of straightens his tux out a little bit and goes to shake your hand. Owners of the Benderbob Firearm Company.
I'll shake his hand awkwardly, like I don't know what he's doing.
Get a faint hint of gunpowder.
I smell faintly of brownies.
Like in a musky
That's fine.
cologne kind of way, gunpowder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who am I to judge?
The Bed Bath & Body Works kind of mahogany male scent kind of way.
This is
Yeah.
mahogany.
Sure, right. This is, if we're going to the same place, might as well sit in good company. As y'all-
You're going to the manor, right?
Indubitably.
That's what the guard said. Although now that I think about it, I'm not sure why he would know where you're going. It's fine.
As they kind of look at each other, grin, shrug their shoulders. They're short. They're your natural height, roughly, and they're 175 years old, so they've seen some years.
I have not.
All right, so y'all take off towards the gatehouse. Arcturus and Nikki Foros.
Yes.
What is y'all's course
I'd
of
like
action?
bit after the hubbub over the bill at the bar, Taurus would have gotten up shortly afterward to ask the purveyor for directions.
Yeah, they'd you're at the Tin Raven Inn, so you've got the Tiefling lady who has already kind of instructed Nikki Foros on where to go. You overheard that exchange, so you would have seen this very interesting looking figure have received the same directions that you're getting, as they point you towards as she points you towards the east part of town. And informs you of a gatehouse. The guards can kind of show you the way.
Dusk, hassling some wealthy gnomes.
Not Dusk, you're a different area. Nikki Foros is the one that's near you.
Well, wasn't the stuff with Dusk in his bill in the same one?
No, you're in a different tavern than Dusk was.
Oh.
Okay.
This is a tale of 3 taverns so far.
Could have been more confusing. RNG had 4, and you managed to be in 3 amongst
Dusk Hollow.
5 people.
Also, Dusk Hollow ran from tavern and found directions elsewhere.
So as you both, I'm assuming, since you wanted to go early, Nikki Foros, you would have already made your way through there.
I am tapping my foot.
At the gatehouse. So at this point,
Correct.
you've kind of made it to the gatehouse, and nobody else has arrived just yet. At this point, Taurus, Taurus, yes, I'll make sure I get that right. You are on your way out, and you give me a perception check.
Talking to Taurus or me?
Taurus. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, a 5. Okay, man.
Oh, we are
First
one.
natural one.
Y'all are such a perceptive group. Okay. So you do see a half-orc figure following a little bit ahead of you in the same direction. This person is walking on the opposite end of the road, but they're staying at a pretty steady pace. As they look back to kind of stare at you, paying no mind to be discreet, this figure wears a dark tan robe with, at this point, a hood drawn over their face. The robe has a crystal blue trim around it and appears to be very clean and well kept. Your eyes make brief contact as you see a broken tooth on the right of his mouth sticking up from the bottom row, and another one that's unbroken. This person wields a really hefty staff on their back, which sticks up from the corner of the cloak, and they have a book on their hip. And it has the image of a crystal ball with what appears to be small, different colored eyes floating around inside of it. Give me a religion check.
Whom? Okay.
17.
Of
Oh,
course.
so, yeah, you would know this to be the symbol of Savras, the god of divination. And you see at his hips a set of silver manacles with a chain attached to him, which he wraps around the waist almost like a belt. As you look away, you catch a glimpse of both of his eyes underneath the hood as the sun peers underneath. And you see his left eye seems to be missing as a scar runs horizontally across the left eye socket and up his lip. So you can also give me a history check to see if you recognize this person. Given your history. He seems familiar, but you don't quite know who he is. And as he seems to be walking in the same direction as you, he makes his way up to the gatehouse just minutes before you, as you see another figure waiting at the gatehouse as two twins. And what are you disguised as right now, Dusk?
Just my normal self, minus the wings.
Okay. As three very short-statured individuals make their way up to the gatehouse. So Leo and Rhea, at this point, y'all have the shortest travel, as you literally just step outside of the tavern, and the gatehouse is directly to your left, not even 200 foot over. But give me a perception check for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's the perceptive ones. Okay. So,
That was not a check, but
you see, coming in directly behind you, Leo, a dark-haired, red-skinned tiefling woman. As you glance over, you see she has a thin build. She's wearing very fine leather armors and has silver-plated buckles on them. To her left side is a hand crossbow. Hanging from her other side is a very small quiver that holds crossbow bolts. Attached to the quiver are two shiny silver darts and a small green glass vial. On the inside of her boot is a small dagger with an ornamental hilt. Her hair is jet black and her armor appears to be very battle-worn but well-kept. Under her leather armor, she wears a blue long-sleeve shirt and denim pants, both kind of snug-fitting. Her face shows little emotion, but her lips are kind of pursed, and she has a hint of kind of determination to her expression. So with your perception check, you will see that her armor has a symbol on it, that of a paw, and behind the paw is a sword, diagonally pointed downward. Can give me a religion check if you want.
Sure.
Would I recognize that symbol?
As she approaches the gatehouse, yes, you would.
Okay, because it's embroidered on my jacket as well.
That's correct. You do not know.
I don't know. However, it's because I'm actually too busy sauntering forward towards her, and I look at her and go, "Oh my!" As I kind of like take my hand and I conjure this crystal rose, and I go and I hand it to her. I'm like, "You are the most beautiful sight I've set my eyes upon all day."
Here, couple handouts.
This is where we find out.
She
Oh yeah, no mistakes were made.
She looks at you and she rolls her eyes and kind of scoffs and just hastily walks past you. Doesn't even say a word.
I love the chase.
And
the crystal rose just like disappears into my hand.
as you all make your way up to the gatehouse, everybody's kind of gathered around, and from behind you, you hear a "Ha ha! Well, it looks like I'm not alone here. Welcome, everybody. Hello, it's fantastic to meet you." As he pulls out a quill and a piece of paper, and he looks around as if expecting some. Nobody. Oh, apologize for my candor. Most people are berating me with autograph requests and to regale them with tales of my endeavors. So, but alas, nonetheless, we are all equals here. Yes.
I wanted to ask, if he writes books about adventures against monsters, would I have recognized him from researching monsters? Would I know who he is, or have went to his publications for research?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Oh, and here is Ulgar.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, so yes, you will recognize him as a very big celebrity. Again, a protagonist for many novels, most of which he's written himself. Most recently, in one of his largest selling books, is from a book called Steelhaven's Breakout, where he single-handedly defeated an entire group of bugbears that had been selling captives into slavery in Slaver's Peninsula.
Yes, but more, do I feel that the creatures that he writes about have been embellished for the sake of the narrative, or does he actually write about real things?
It seems to be pretty real, yeah. Like
Okay.
most of his
Then
stories
Really
involve
lost art, basically.
known monsters and creatures, nothing too outlandish.
Okay. I'm just debating on if I should be disgusted with him or not, so I guess I'm not.
No. So as you see him again, he's very elegantly dressed. He has a rapier and a short sword on either side. Carries a little pouch to his side, and he's got this little goatee that comes up into a neat little point and mustache.
Got
Yes.
I minor illusion of fart noise coming out of him as he's talking about himself.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, here's a couple little chuckles from the gnome twins. Oh, yes.
I
Master
would
of control indeed.
I would like to
Charlemagne Steelhaven.
I would like to offer him my hand and say I am a big fan of your work.
Oh well, thank you, very kind, sir. He holds out his hand. So this is a good time, kind of explain to everybody what you all look like. Let's start with start at the bottom. Nikki Foros, what does everybody see as they are greeted by you?
You see about a 4'8" tall satyr who has dark skin and gray fur on his legs, hooves, the whole satyr deal. He's wearing a white tailcoat, sleeveless, with red trim. Unnecessary number of belts. Underneath that, he's wearing black scale armor, and he's wearing pants, but not boots. His pants are black with white stripes. The coat looks canvas. Everything else looks cotton, except for the scale armor. On one hand, he has a half gauntlet, and the other hand, he has an elbow-high glove. And on one side, you see he carries a hand crossbow, and on the other side, you see he carries a whip.
Okay, and how about?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One more thing.
Go ahead.
His horns, because he's a do satyrs have horns?
Yeah.
I think they do. They stretch out behind his head, and they're long, and they spiral in one direction. They don't really curve.
Like a ram.
Yeah, they don't curve like a ram. They just go sort of backwards
Gotcha.
off the sides of his head.
All right, Rhea, how about you're next?
So Rhea is kind of on the short side. She's a human, standing about 5'3", 5'4". She's
You got a foot on me.
got, well, for normal
Yeah, I
size
know.
for a human, we'll go with that. But she does have this very, very long, almost whitish blonde hair, kind of like this, but a little bit lighter on the side. She does like to keep it very braided and off of her face, off of her back, because she does like to do archery. That's kind of her go-to whenever she is out in the woods and doing her hunting skills. when you see her in her clothing, her signature look, the thing that she likes to identify with, is she always keeps on her a blue cloak. She was given to it by her mother, so it's something very near and dear to her. So no matter what, you will always see her wearing a blue cloak over her.
Question, teacher.
Yeah.
Is it like a mantle that goes over your shoulders and then her head, or
Hood.
is it like all the way down?
The hood all up on it, and then the mantle, so it ties around her.
Okay.
It can be
But it
worn
stops,
over.
like, here.
Yeah, and
Okay.
no, it's full length down.
Oh.
But
But it is
can be
mantle.
worn. It can be worn over anything. So
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Okay. And let's go to a Taurus.
Doris is 6'2". He's about 190 pounds, so he's relatively
And-
lean, but you don't see most of that. You just see kind of long, dark hair that goes down to his shoulders, and he's got kind of a thin, gaunt face. He mostly wears like a traveling cloak, kind of dark, like nice cloak, but it's clearly been on the road a while, and he mostly walks with his arms under it, so you don't see most of his body most of the time.
A lot of mosts.
Yes. And his eyes are almost as dark as his hair is.
All right, and for Dusk.
Dusk Hollow stands just under 3 foot tall. And since we're throwing weight in there,
That's a
I
lot
believe it's
taller
like,
than I thought.
211 to be exact. Since we're throwing weight in there, I believe it's like 36 pounds. They have vibrant pink hair, which is just past shoulder length. Very pale skin, though it does have a hue of pink as well. And then coming up from like the right side of the forehead, there's a small blue spectral horn that curves up along the front of their face, or up towards their hairline. I lost my place. Oh yeah, irises. The iris to the right is blue, matching the horn. The one on the left is green. They have a very youthful, pretty-looking face with a fairly permanent look of boredom to it. They'll also find distractions pretty much anywhere that they can. So by this point in time, they've probably wandered away from the gnomes. Definitely wearing, I guess it'd be best described as kind of like hemp, very tightly woven plants and leaves over, and combined with tanned leathers for hardened plate, but it is very fine, and prominently they wear a intertwined vines that form a necklace with almost like a plant-like cage around the crystal from the neck.
All right, and the lion.
Yes, the lion. Before you, you see a 5'8" elf with golden blonde hair. He has a mask on, masquerade mask on, denoting the features of a lion. Furthermore, you see an elegant, gold-embroidered rapier by his side, and a black leather trench coat with armor underneath it. In addition, you also see a blue steel shortbow on his back. Finally, you see a jet black dagger on his hip.
Are you masked or anything?
I am masked.
You are masked.
Always.
Okay.
Lion mask.
Lion mask.
El Toro Fuerte never removes his mask.
That's right.
Never ask about the mask.
They don't know the rules yet. They will. They will.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I learned.
All right. So as you all stand here, kind of awaiting for everybody to congregate together, small introductions are made, and the people that you saw also joining you have all gathered around, and the guard says, "Okay. Let me see your paperwork. You have invitations for this area, right? Yes. Let me see. Lot of them. Give them here.
Hey, I hand mine over.
Okay.
Sort of swashbuckledly.
Yep. He looks.
With
he
sass.
With sass.
grabs
Like
one.
panicking, handing it over. Like,
Yeah, okay. He doesn't take them necessarily from your hand as much as he just glimpses over them. He looks over the one at Dusk Hollow and looks up and shrugs shoulders. All right this way. Come on. As it's almost like a big, large double door to the gatehouse opens up, and he permits you access into the eastern ward. As it's normally sectioned off, and you don't get in there without permission or without being a landowner in that area. So most people don't get to see this part of the city. And as you walk through the gates, the guard goes to close the door behind as you hear a, "But I'm supposed to be in there!" "You don't have an invitation. Please move along before I throw you in the cell." And as you kind of glance over your shoulder, you see a short, portly dwarven male with a black, scraggly beard with a big patch missing out of it on kind of by his mouth. As the gates shut behind him and they usher him on out of the way. As you make your way up to the manor, I can put up a map.
I love maps.
I'll activate. Okay. Guessing none of you can see anything yet.
Correct. Charlemagne Steelhaven, go away.
He
Fucking-
will never go away. Okay, can everybody see? Make sure I got visions done correctly. Can everybody see what is on the map in front of them?
I can.
Yes.
Yes?
I'm gonna move my token to see if it's lined up with the correct. Oh, I can't. Never mind.
Oh,
The token with vision in this scene.
I can't move my
You
token.
don't have a token. Okay, it's unpaused now. You should be able to.
I just wanted to make sure the shadows were shifting with the correct token.
Okay.
All right, so, Taurus, do you have vision? Are you able to move your token?
No, stop
Great.
trying.
Do what?
I have a black screen.
Refresh,
too
maybe? Try refresh.
Permission to try the initiative to see if it does it. Do we know for a fact that it works?
I don't
'Cause-
have a combat open yet for initiative rolls.
Oh, okay. I just don't want. Run
Unless
into
you're
that
about
issue.
to like fireball the group.
No,
or something
no,
like
that's
that.
cool. That's cool.
Okay.
I tested earlier and it
Who would do
recognized
that?
my token.
You. Moving on.
Try to-
It's probably for the best. It's probably for the best I don't have access to Fireball.
All right. So what you see before you, I'm gonna make sure that a Taurus gets vision on his thing. But as he's dealing with that, you see a large 2-story manor, and the entrance is kind of recessed as the left, the east, and the west wing extend out closer to you. You see large floral gardens set in the front, east and west most end of the manor. As you walked up the entranceway, it's kind of at a hilly incline, and the road is a very fine tile almost, painted cobblestone to be exact, as the fence railing separates a field of sunflowers, lavender plants, and other beautiful floral arrangements with a hedge surrounding a large marble stone water fountain. As you are guided around it, you are met by a very short, very well-dressed halfling male. Let's see. Here we go. Show players. Okay. He has a wooden pipe in his hand, and whatever he is smoking in it is of a blue liquid, and with every puff he takes, little blue bubbles pop up into the air. As he greets you all, he's got these thick, bushy mutton chop sideburns and very thick, almost unibrow eyebrows, and the hair sleeked back with shades of gray and brown, and hair almost as long as his mutton chops protruding out of his ears. Hello, welcome. Yes, welcome. Hi. Right this way, please, as he leads you up to a large set of double wooden doors. Welcome to the Holdford Estates. Yes, my name is Corden Brightfellow, estate manager for Barnaby Holdford II. And please, if you would, come right in. as he opens the doors, leading you into a large foyer. A few things first, too. On your way in, may I see your invitation, please? I just want to make sure who's its and what's its are all in order.
I insist that my who's its and what's its are indeed in order.
Well,
I go up and I offer my papers.
Very well, very well. Ah, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Lion.
Yes.
Like to pick a flower and bring it to the satyr. Hoping he'll be my friend.
Give me a sec. Okay. Are you a boy or a girl?
Ah!
You would know.
I wouldn't know. You're very androgynous. Close enough. Give me a sec. I need to make a
Young, pretty, shoulder-length, vibrant pink hair.
The boss music.
con save 19. Okay, my nose doesn't bleed. I will turn red and accept your flower without saying a damn thing.
As a couple of the other people begin to walk in, let's see. Lion, open the door. He opens the door for you. Olgar was going to walk in. Go straight ahead and take a seat. I'll move tokens here in a minute. So, who's next? Who's going inside the house? The lion has walked in, handed him his paper. A couple of Ulagog you've seen, the orcish male and the two twins have made their way inside as well.
I will, but in passing the girl with the owlbear, the same insignia, I will nod at the insignia and offer my hand, just not saying anything, to shake.
She kind of scoffs. And she just walks forward as she lets out a sigh. Rolls her eyes.
Good to know.
And she will proceed on forward. Oh, yes, Arisa. Oh, the huntress. So glad that you, of all people, could make it. She got a sky.
I thought she'll be the light of the party.
Ah, yes,
I'll wander up and hand my invitation without saying anything.
I didn't realize you were Fey folk. Very interesting indeed.
I did not choose to be born. I'll walk inside.
You're a dark, strapping man. You must be a Taurus. Please, right this way.
Is what they call me.
My lady, please right this way. To Rhea.
I walk in and just kind of stand in the doorway looking around, trying to figure out my surroundings a bit.
You're gonna look around, and then eventually, as you scan the room, you're gonna see me goofily going like right over here.
Hi! I'll come join.
I'm gonna take a note from a Taurus's book and just try and look brooding and hand him the note without saying anything.
Why, Mr. Bjornheim, you're quite different than I expected. As he, your bubbles from his pop gurgle. All right, don't. Just get in. It's fine.
Just gonna shrug and go on.
I'll ask you no questions on this day. Matters to attend to, please. And last, oh my, Charlemagne. I would very much so appreciate a little autograph if you don't mind. Preferably on the old hanky here. As he pulls out this finely embroidered handkerchief, and Charlemagne pulls out this quill and just starts scribing his name on it. And as he touches it, you see a faint glow of kind of blue magic that embezzles it into the handkerchief permanently, at least seemingly permanently. Oh, very, very well. Thank you. Come right this way. I hope our dining, our meal and our dining kind of expectations are up to your, or our dining is up to your expectations, nonetheless. Excuse me, I get so flustered. Oh. As Charlemagne proceeds to go in and sit at a table, and you see, he was actually already in here, at a table in the corner to himself. You see a human male, late 50s, he's hardly able to hold his head up, as he appears quite inebriated, and he's just kind of scarfing down some food. And he's sitting close to the entranceway to the dining hall. And as he passes by anybody that makes eye contact with him, he's just gonna look up and go. Shortly, yep. Go ahead.
I'm gonna walk in, look around, see people like kind of congregating, and that the tiefling sat down. And I'm gonna run over to the table and just climb up into the chair next to the tiefling. Stare at her expectantly.
Is there music playing?
She lightly. She turns her chair to where you're just past shoulder level with her, so she doesn't have to make eye contact with you. But she accepts your presence.
I'll take it.
As you sit down, platters of food and drink begin to make their way to your table. Silver platters piled beautifully with roasted pheasant, covered in an oyster sauce, and a crab-stuffed lobster tail, sliced apple chips and green leaf lettuce with a small bit of pistachios and diced tomatoes, as well as a little vinaigrette drizzled on the top. It sits portioned off to the side of the main dish. The plate sits itself in front of you as a chalice and a mug are placed on the table in front of you respectively. A chalice containing a sweet red cider wine, and the mug has a very dark ale. As you take a whiff, it smells very it's Dragon Skull Stout. It's like the ritzy, fancy dancy beer, if you will. And the rest of the bottle of wine is placed beside your plate. It's a Sweetberry Vineyards from Southport. 50 gold pieces per bottle is how much this wine typically runs. It's top shelf. As you look around, you see a room full of people sitting at different tables, as everybody's kind of congregated into their own little respective areas, some away from others. But the invisible platters make their way down, and as Corden makes his way up to the north end of the room, it looks like it is usually a stage set up for entertainment by maybe bards or storytellers or something, but he has a podium set up there with just a wide array of little scrolls wrapped and sealed with a little wax seal on them, and they're all numbered. You see little numbers on each one of the scroll. As you kind of sit, eat, drinking, you begin to feel a thud. Doom, doom, as you see ripples, almost Jurassic Park style, on the top of your glass. The door opens, and in walks a bipedal, elephant-like female humanoid. You know this particular race to be a Luxodon. It's a rare race to see, but it's nothing unheard of. As she makes her way to a table, you see her dressed in half-plate armor. She's adorned with white cloth. She wields a mace on her right side, and on her left a silver chain with a gold sun emblem hanging off of it.
I'm already halfway into the party mood. Can I wave her over to my table?
Oh, sure, yes. As she walks in, you hear whispers. Somebody looks up. Oh, that's Suni. So let me find her token. Bam. As she just grins from ear to ear, and she will, where are you? She will walk up and she will sit over here. But as she kind of scooches in, she's really kind of big, and it pushes one of the gnome twins forward, and oh my, oh, excuse me, ma'am, I am so sorry. As she sits down and she kind of just hunkers up shyly. Pleasant to meet you. I'm Suni.
Yeah. My
I
character, who's sitting across the table from her, is going to wave his hand, create a fork and knife, and with his other hand, he's going to be using Mage Hand to kind of feed himself and cut the food. Yes, I am the lion. I don't think I've ever met your kind before.
oof.
Well,
Hi, Elf. Anyway.
we are few and far between, but we are here and we are there. I like to travel. She talks very slow.
I'll roll a hoof on the floor and go, yeah, I know what you mean.
Lot of people here.
I'm learning how to travel. It seems really fun.
Life on the road is the most serene.
Ups and downs.
But this food, as she looks around, and she just kind of halts all of you. As she blesses kind of the food, and she pulls out her holy symbol and waves it over the table.
What's the symbol?
Give me a religion check.
Let's see. And advantage if it's Fey, Fiend, or Undead.
It is not. Well,
Okay.
it's not a creature. You're looking at her holy symbol.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's this you would know, Leo. It's
Well,
the symbol. Of...
I'm sorry. Advantage to recall information about.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's the holy symbol of Lathander, is what she has.
sounds whack.
You'd also know her by name. She is a very, very famous cleric. She's known as the Wandering Healer. Most particularly, she was involved in saving a dwarven king from an assassination. So she's got a little bit of renown under her belt. As you all sit, Corden Brightfellow begins to kind of unroll some of these scrolls, or as he gets up and starts messing with the scrolls. Thank you all for gathering here. I do appreciate you all taking the time to heed the answer to to heed the call of your letters. I know none of you really know what's going on, and are probably here just to collect your 25 gold, eat some free food, and cheese out, but please pay close attention. As many of you know, Barnaby Holdford II is of the Holdfords, that we founded Perryville after all those issues hundreds of years ago. Currently, my employer has been missing. I have some very particular instructions to relay in this exact situation. As he begins unrolling a piece of parchment, the parchment floats up into the air as a large illusory mouth appears on the back and begins talking. Is this working? Oh, hello. My name is Barnaby Holdford II. If you are listening to this, it means something. How many? Oh, get more jade. As Corden kind of shakes his head and unrolls another scroll. Something has happened to me. I do not know what, when, or where, but I must assume I've been kidnapped, or for ransom, or something terribly awful. As Corden opens another scroll. You have free reign to search for clues in my home, but Corden will be watching you, I hope. I have had him find many. At this point, Corden kind of puts the palm of his head in his face, or his hand in his face, as he sighs and unwraps another scroll labeled 4. Adventurers who have proven themselves capable. If you find me, or Joaquin be damned, my body, return proof to Corden, and I will give you... Oh, good gods, how many? As he opens up another scroll. My summer retreat house and business in Fishing Cliff. If there is a group, it is up to you to divvy the property and its contents. What? Corden screams as he reluctantly opens the final piece of paper. I'm sure Corden will be shitting his britches by now, but that's an amazing property. He can fill you in on the details. Good luck, and please hurry.
A whole lodge in Fishing Cliff? That's ridiculous. He's offering his entire fortune.
As Corden kind of straightens his sweater vest and he pulls back to the podium. Well, you all heard the man. The cabin at Fishing Cliff is a very fine and quite expensive property. No, not to mention the furnishings, the art, the income from the business, and it is the area's most sought-after vacation spot. People pay hundreds of gold to stay up there just for a weekend. And the list stays packed. I will be here if anyone has any questions and to offer you your complimentary coin. If you feel inclined to set forth on looking for anything, please come see me, as he takes a seat at the table next to the stage.
Well, I don't suppose you mind taking a little bit of a detour before we go find the antidote for your sister, do you, Rhea?
I told you I'd help you get whatever treasure you wanted.
This This is
Antidote?
measly in comparison. Oh,
What? Go on.
I was gonna say,
Nice.
this treasure is measly in comparison to the treasure I see, but treasure is treasure.
What type of poison?
My sister was injured, and I'm trying to find a solution to help her.
But you say she was poisoned?
Hmm
What
We
poisoned
were
her?
fighting. We were fighting something back home, and she was severely injured. I'm not quite sure what, but anything that I can find that can help her would be fantastic.
What was the creature that poisoned? I assume creature. What poisoned her? And do you know it was poison? Or was it venom?
It could
Was
have
she
been venom.
stung?
She was bit by a hydra.
That's
Oh.
definitely poison.
That's dangerous poison.
If
Uh,
it bites you, it's venom. If you bite it, it's poison.
can I do a check to see if I can remember any hydras I fought? If a specific one that might have been poisonous would know what kind of herb or what to gather to create an antidote.
Give me a nature check.
And are hydras fey, fiend, or undead?
Neither.
Okay.
Also,
18.
at some point while the guy was up there talking, or I guess the scrolls were talking, Duskhollow would have like just wandered over to the other table, like slid her cup up onto the table, and then climbed up into the chair and picked it back up and started drinking again.
Just a tiny figure moving about.
I mean, the table's like head height to them.
Eye level.
Yeah, the two people at your table are also in the same boat.
Yeah.
Small little gnome men.
This wine is excellent. I haven't had it in a few weeks.
Got an 18 on the nature check.
So you've never encountered a hydra necessarily. You've read about them. It's potentially something that if it bears a toxin that you wouldn't know how to fix. It would be well out of your wheelhouse.
Gotcha. Understood. Well,
So
sorry, I'm sorry, I was gonna say, that is not my area of expertise. And I'm going to get up and politely nod to the elephant who's taking up a lot of room and walk around this way to go speak with... Where'd he go? There he is. He's up that way.
yes, at this point, while y'all were talking, he stuffed his face a little bit from his table, and then he walked over to the edge of the room where he's kind of in the position of like an usher, whatever. And he's got a little basket full of little coin purses next to him. As the orc gentleman walks up to him, they talk quietly amongst themselves for a second. He hands him a coin pouch, and then the orc walks off.
I'll walk up to... I swear I'd be writing this down this time because I don't plan on taking key mind if I had a notepad, but I fucking don't. Can you tell me his name again?
Corden Brightfellow. Yeah, hello, friend. Here you go. And he hands you a pouch for 25 gold.
I'll take it and I'll stuff it in my pocket and I'll ask him, do you have any leads?
Oh, well, I suppose I don't really. It's quite odd, the events surrounding his what do you call it? Going missing. Well,
Disappearance.
I don't know where he went last time he left the manor.
No, does he have enemies? Was he taken at night? Did he pack a bag? Where's his closet? Was he missing property? Was the property damaged? Was there a struggle? Did you do any of this research?
There's not been any sign of foul play, but there is a peculiar thing in his room.
Lead me there.
Yeah, I need to maintain eyes on the festivities here, if you will. You are free to, and he kind of begins speaking louder to where everybody can hear him. You are free to move about the manor to look for things. See me for your gold, just for coming. But keep in mind, I have security measures in place, so keep sticky fingers to yourself. I'll know. As he looks at a little pocket watch and sticks it in his vest pocket.
I love a good
Your
challenge.
short's sticky.
Where's his room?
I mean, no offense, Miley. Just it's a general descriptor.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Who are you? I don't think I've ever seen you before. I walk off in the direction of not then, a Taurus.
I don't know. I
You
kind
did-
of
you're
almost
doing
like if you
so
just told
good.
me not in the entire time.
You're doing so good.
Not Vin.
Not then. Greetings. I don't think I've ever seen you.
No, I suspect you haven't. This is my first time in this town. Certainly my first time here.
Well, you may call me the Lion. And he holds his hand out to shake.
I'll kind of look at his hand for a second and then pull mine out of my cloak and shake his hand.
Ah, so what's your take on all this business?
As Charlemagne
A wealthy
takes
man
seat at your
goes
table.
missing and leaves boisterous instructions for what to do in case he goes missing. There's a lot of reasons.
Indeed. And what do you think some of those reasons might be?
Few people get into his position with his sort of influence and wealth without making enemies along the way.
Your wisdom astounds me. You raise a very good point.
At this point, Charlemagne's got both hands in his head, kind of sitting in both hands as he's leaned up really close to a Taurus, just listening, eyes bright, to y'all.
You see a cup slide up onto the table, and then Duskull climb up into
So-
the chair.
So, let's see. My character's eyebrows are going to raise a little as he looks at Charlemagne. And he'll look at him, he's going to be like, "Ah, yes, the expert. Yes, so, Charlemagne, Mr. Steelhaven, what would you and your world-renowned adventuring self suggest that we do here?"
He throws himself back in his chair, very flamboyantly throws a leg over his other leg as he sits kind of cross-legged and puts his hands on his... Oh, well, my dear chaps, I don't think I ought to be indulging anything that might put you over me. I need this, come to think of it. This would be a fantastic story to tell. So, while I do applaud your candor, I think I will excuse myself. Thank you. As he stands up.
Of course you will. Yes. Jackass.
As he walks
What
over.
are the odds I can pickpocket him when he passes by me?
I mean, you can give me a sleight of hand check.
Um,
Do you have advantage?
19.
Oh.
No, it just
No.
rolled with me.
19. As he walks by, you manage to he had grabbed the 25 gold pouch from Corden, and he goes to stick it on the side of his little belt ordeal loop, and it's very loose. So as he walks by, you pull on it just gently and slide it into your pocket. So you get extra 25 gold pieces for that.
I'm being the good rogue.
Yeah.
So,
Wasn't he
Sit my
leaving? wine. Get him out of
Stare
here.
at you guys wide-eyed.
well, now that that jackass has left, how about we go ask questions?
I believe the last question. The last question I asked after he gave us free reign was, "Where is the room he was taken from?"
Yes, his room is on the East End, second floor. East wing, second floor. If you would like, you can take the room in the living room. Has a stairwell directly up there. Don't mind the dirt. Not allowed to clean that room.
And why are you not allowed to clean the room?
I don't care about that information, so I'm gonna.
I do.
Master Holdford, well, his wife died at an early age. They never had kids. This was a nursery he had set up for them, and, he wanted a child so bad. But, alas, it was just a room of heartache for him. We were instructed not to go in, just to leave it be.
Do you have any building? Do you have any building plans that were used to construct this place?
I'm afraid I do not. No necessarily blueprints. This house was built. If there are blueprints to it, it's going to be in the military barracks.
I would like to address the. Wait, was Miss talking just now? I heard.
I just said, where are the military barracks?
It's in the shipyard ward.
Well, I don't think we need to leave just yet.
So
the room that the room that they don't want anybody going in is the nursery, right, Gup?
Yeah, yes, you can go. But, Mr. Holdford did not permit us in there. But as per his instructions on this ridiculous piece of paper, it's at your disposal. Look around if you will.
I would like to address the tiefling woman, and I'm going to grab at one of the tails of my coat and show her the owlbear, owlbear paw embroidered in it, and I'm going to tell her, look, I do not know who you are, but I know you have an obligation to help those in need.
I know who you are. Many know who you are. Cloven-hoofed friends, such as yourself, don't slide under the radar. Not in our order. I just don't care.
You do not care about...
You!
Me!
As she gets up and walks away.
Ah, that's what I was worried about. You caring about me. Who would possibly care?
As she's passing by, the lion, the lion will look at her as she passes by. We keep running into each other.
Oh, God.
She grabs her gold and walks away.
I can't do like a persuasion check or something.
You can give me a persuasion check, yeah. Don't know if it's going to go in your favor.
Walk away.
This is clearly not my last character. Okay. Oh.
Let's see.
I look at her. I was like,
Grab a
"Have you
chat
come
sheet.
back for that rose?"
No, but good luck.
As to you.
And she walks away.
What do I see, Gup?
All right, so you are looking at the you are looking at a stairwell. Going.
Nah.
Sorry, my notes are all over the place. So you're looking at a stairwell. In the hallway that you're in. So you came in the foyer, then you entered into the hallway directly adjacent to the dining room. And the hallway to the east is a living room adorned with small game trophies mounted along dark mahogany walls. A single couch and chair sit along a rug made from a large brown bear and are facing a hearth. The other side that you're on is... large carpeted round staircase cupping itself around a circular fountain. This fountain depicts... this fountain, and I swear to God this was wrote before you ever made your character, depicts a satyr pouring a pitcher of water atop a dryad laying in the basin of the fountain. There is a doorway to the south and an open area to the kitchen in the north, and a metal suit of armor stands in the corner of the room.
Who am I
I'm
to
gonna lean
criticize
over
such
to him
fine
and kind of
art?
nod at the fountain and be like, "Friend of yours?"
That's
Sorry, I didn't expect that from you.
I will excuse your subtle racism. I wish.
You bet you had friends.
I wish I had friends like that.
Wah, wah.
I'd like to go upstairs and check out the room he spoke of.
Sure.
I am eventually going to make my way there, but not at the same pace that he's making his way there, because he obviously got a head start on me.
I'm sorry, after the subtle racist comment and then me acknowledging that, I kind of wish it was kind of like that, I'll offer my hand to this dark-haired fellow and introduce myself. You may call me Nikki.
Nicky, eh? I'll shake his hand. They call me a Taurus.
All
Wonderful.
right.
And the
Are you one
music
who
is
cannot-
getting very loud.
I trust you're another who cannot sit idly by while a man is being taken from his home.
I struggle to sit idly by, period, but I've been tasked with doing what good I can on my journeys.
Oh, you'll learn. Sorry, I broke the accent there, but you'll learn when to sit idly by. Trust me. And go upstairs.
All right. So as y'all are going upstairs, what is Rhea and Dusk doing at the moment?
Like to head upstairs as well, but I wanted to confirm: am I able to grab my 25?
Yes,
gold?
everybody will
Okay.
add
Got it.
25
I just
gold.
wanted to confirm before I was like
Unless
walking off.
for whatever RP reasons you don't
Sensible.
take money, you are given 25 gold pouch.
No.
Or
I
steal
like
more
gold.
money.
That is
I'm just
definitely
gonna-
not
You're a
good.
paladin who gives it all away and still ends up rich somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Dust
Blew our minds.
Yeah, Dust Call is just gonna wander up and just like hold up their hand until they get the pouch, and then since-
Yes, here you go, friend. So he drops the pouch. Mr. Bjorn
stuff it into my bag. I'll just nod towards them, and then since everyone seems to have gone to the right, I'm just gonna follow the crowd.
Come on, just come along. Grab my cloak.
Yeah. So I not paying attention. So everyone seems to be going that way. So I'll just follow along. I'm gonna be still carrying that wine glass, sipping on it as I go.
As I'm walking over there, I honestly wait for Rhea because of the arrangement me and her have right now. I'm gonna look at it as like, Lady Rhea, I find the behavior of that custodian to be most egregious. I'm getting these suspicions about him. There's more to that than he seems. What do you think?
On a tendency, I don't trust anybody.
Fair enough.
Why would he not clean a room?
I am asking the same thing.
There has to be more to that.
It is in my experience that people with money have a tendency of finding fancy ways to hide their wealth. I think that might be what's going on here.
I say we go there.
Indeed. And
Right.
I am heading there. Up.
You did all go
Let's
into the up the stairs, right? Like I did hear that correctly, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we're going upstairs. Okay.
Yes.
So this room here is not Barnaby's room. All right, so this is his collection. As you enter this room, it's the second floor of the West Wing. It looks as if it was once designed to be a large ballroom, or maybe an entertaining section of the house. Instead, though, it's been used as a room of collection, almost a hoarder room. The room is full of various statues, elven, dwarvish, and even a noble Tabaxi clan statue, and an odd elf figure statue as well, with carrying a trident. There are weapon racks with various halberds, glaives, spears, axes, swords, and shields stuffed here, as well as crates and other various odds and ends.
That's hollow. Is there actually a musical instrument on top of this crate? Or
There
that just-
is, yes, there is a lute sitting there.
Dusk Hollow will, upon seeing it, sprint across the room, set the glass on the floor, climb up on top of the crate, pick it up, and start strumming it.
Hold on. Now, wait a second. I don't know you very well, but these are people with money that fancy themselves very much. So, he was talking about defenses he had in place. First rule of investigating a house where defenses are in place is you look for said defenses. You keep going around cutting things,
disagree.
you might find yourself shocked.
I disagree.
Dusk Hollow would have stopped for the first maybe like 2 or 3 seconds while he was talking, and then just looked back down at the loot and started ignoring him and
Give
playing.
me a performance check.
Raya's just watching in shock, like how you climbed up there. Like, what?
So you managed to strum a few notes. So you hit a G, then you hit C, and as you hit that D, the bottom string just snaps. Doesn't stop. You keep playing.
This is why we can't have nice
I like to
things.
imagine the loot is almost as big as Dusk Hollow, because it's like made for someone.
You come up to
size.
about your chin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gup, I am going to do a perception check for the room.
Yeah. Give me or an
I'm looking
investigation,
for
either one.
traps in particular. Yeah. Investigation's better, but I do. Not by much. Oof.
Nice.
Oof.
Mm.
Oof.
Very distracted by that fairy playing that loot.
Yeah.
That fourth note.
You start kind of looking in crevices as you hear a bit of pop of the string break, and you turn around and you look. So aside from that, nothing strikes you out of the ordinary. You see a couple long swords, a great axe, a war pick, a shield, a hand axe. You see a snow globe of a tiny little snow forest inside of it. Some tinker's tools and a lute and like a broken little glass ball.
I will address the lion, and in response to his statement about trying to find the defenses, I was like, why would we ever want to do that? One could argue that defenses are put in place to defend things.
Look, you trip a lightning trap while stealing the Eye of Eldar. Alright, and get back to me about how much that shit sucks.
Yes, it's a cello.
I see
there.
that you do not understand how yes and no questions work. This conversation is over.
I'm just gonna kind of look around and be like, the things some people spend their gold on.
And if anybody is investigating, you're welcome to give me investigation checks or.
Is this the room we were told that he was taken from?
It is not. This is the West Wing. I'm sorry, West Wing, and he is on the East Wing.
I'm gonna start in that room, so I will attempt to open this door.
It does open, however.
Pa.
There's a long hallway. I had to cut the map off in a weird way. So
That's okay.
it does open up into a bathroom.
I'll put the loot down and jump to the other crate and climb on top of the snow
Well,
globe.
that. Are you looking through my
Looking into
eyes,
it.
Del?
Yeah, it's a very dark bathroom.
Oh, I will use my Rite of the Dawn and imbue my whip with radiant energy, and it resonates light for 20
20 feet,
meters.
right?
Is that 20 feet? Yep.
Yeah.
I take
and-
1d4 damage.
Yeah, damage. Okay.
I take 1 damage.
You said
We
20.
sure Lord Hofer didn't simply run afoul of his own defenses.
Alright. And I'm holding my whip up in front of me.
Is anybody else going with him into the bathroom?
I would be investigating the bathroom because I mistakenly thought it would lead to the nursery.
I'll stand at the doorway and just kind of watch inside, see what happens.
As you enter that... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dusk. While you're back there.
Dusk Hollow will proceed to jump. What would look like jumping, thanks to the disguise self. Jump really long distances from object to object, climbing across pretty much everything in the room.
Give me
I have to touch everything in here.
give me an investigation check as you touch that globe in front of you.
Huh?
16. All right, so you
Okay.
as you touch
Oh
it,
my god.
as you touch this cracked globe, it begins emitting a light. You can tell this globe is magical in nature.
Oh,
Harm me?
You
It
also
doesn't like explode or anything.
No,
right?
it does not. It does not. It does not explode. No. You also see sitting against the wall on the same crate, kind of leaned up against the crate, a cane with a Pegasus handle.
Can I pick it up?
You can. As you pick it up, the sheath falls out and it becomes a longsword,
I'll put it back in the sheath
and it becomes a walking cane again.
and start carrying it around. 'Cause I assume it's a walking cane for a normal sized person.
No, like,
Yeah,
can
this
you
is-
carry it around?
So it's like a quarter
head
staff
height
for me.
you. Yeah, this is. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say head height. That's a shoulder height for you. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start carrying it around like a quarter staff as I just proceed to touch everything in the room.
You leave a little fingerprint and everything, as there's a thin layer of dust kind of layered over pretty much the whole room. Not that it's unkept, just that nobody's probably been in here in a week, maybe 2. So y'all are you're going into the bathroom as well. What's the tourist doing?
Yep.
I'm just kind of standing by the door, looking in, watching to see what happens.
So you're seeing them go into this bathroom, and then you will see Nikki Foros have opened a door on the other side of the bathroom. And Nikki Foros, you see in this room, as you enter the room, whether it be the stairs on the west end or through the bathroom, you see a human male dressed in fine red clothing up here, as he has slicked over brown hair and a dashing demeanor. He looks at you with a nod and says, "Hello, Corden. Pleasant day, is it not? If you don't mind, I will require solitude up here for my studies. I'll call you when I need you." And he begins to sit at a table and begins to read a book that lies open on the table. The room has an elegant large 4-post bed with desk and with papers on it and an open book, a dresser with various cufflinks and ties across the top, as well as a basket of fake fruit, and to the south, an arcane area where it looks like somebody might have studied some magic.
And you say there's a human in here
Yep.
studying? Is he like
He's
up here?
currently sitting in that table at the chair. Yeah.
Okay.
Reading a book.
Hmm.
After you walk in for just a minute, you'll hear, "Corden, I told you I will need some privacy for my studies, please. I'll call you when needed."
Can you tell me again whose disappearance we're investigating? I'm gonna write it down this time.
Barnaby Holdford.
the second. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably put that there.
I will say, Corden sent us here. We are investigating the disappearance of Barnaby Holdford II.
He doesn't respond. He just is leaned over, looking at the book. Give me an investigation check.
Love it. Advantage involving Fey Fiend and Undead.
Nope. You do notice it to be an illusion, though. As you investigate it closer, you begin to see through it.
Like literally,
Literally.
Okay.
Literally see through. Yeah.
Most interesting.
Can I?
Seems solid.
I'd like to look around for a picture of Barnaby Holdford or some
There
painting
is.
or else something of his likeness.
There is on the wall. Don't have a. I did not put his handout here. So there is a oil painting of him on the wall as he is standing with an elegant cane in his hand. He's got very dapper red kind of fine clothing with a blue cloak that wafts in kind of behind him as if there was a breeze blowing through, and on the handle of his cane is a Pegasus.
Does the blue cloak look similar to the cloak worn by the illusion?
They look nearly identical.
Understood.
Something is odd. This level of magic is very complex. It should not be able to move and make noises like that.
No.
Give me anybody who's proficient, anybody in the room that's proficient with Arcana can give me an Arcana check.
I'm gonna climb my way across the shelf and jump over to the statue.
As you kind of jump onto the statue, this is the one with the trident in its hand. It kind of bends over a little bit.
Clamper down and go run over here next to the tourist. Just holding a giant cane.
Fairy or chaos pixie?
Walking stick.
I kind of eye dusk a little bit, but sort of.
Are y'all still staying in the doorway, or are y'all proceeding on forward?
Are you talking to...
Dusk in the
Would we have
tour.
heard any of what was going on in the other room? Or is
From
it too
where
far
you're
away?
at, you would have heard. Yeah, it's normal speaking volume. So yeah, you would have heard somebody addressing them as Corton and so forth.
18 Arcana check
There you go.
upon your request.
I'm moving you, Dusk. That way y'all can do with what you want. So you are able to ascertain this as most likely a high-level illusion spell, such as a programmed illusion.
A very, very skilled illusionist could pull this off. And judging from the mouse that he used to send his message, I'm guessing that's his forte.
So, would one be able to assume then that his disappearance was planned by himself?
One could assume that somebody with wealth and power would take measures to assure that people knew. That's all we know yet.
I'm going to investigate the room in particular, looking for clues, because I feel like if that is the case...
Sure. Give me an investigation check. Anybody?
Let me-
I'm gonna
get the
check
right
out
one.
this gem.
There we go.
Okay.
Not intimidation. I'm not intimidating the room.
Intimidating the illusion.
Yeah.
You're yelling at the room.
Ah, and it says, Corden, I told
You're
you
so
I need-
tacky!
You know.
I require solitude for my studies. Please, I'll call you when needed. As it repeats itself. So with your investigation check, Leo, you will see on top of one of his little chest-high dressers, which would be above head height for Dusk, you see some gold cufflinks, a silver garnet ring, and a kind of like an emerald golden ring, as well as a silver necklace. You also see that there are a lot of books in his little arcane area, and this crystal looks as if it was once maybe something that could contain magic, but that's usefulness has long since died out. It looks like it is very out of place and was pulled from somewhere and placed here. Yep, those are stairs going downstairs.
I'm going to try to lift the crystal up with my mage hand.
It is attached by 3 chains on each side. It does not budge.
Okay, so can I detach the chains?
If you give me a strength check, your mage hand won't be able to do it, but...
It's more than 15 pounds.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
This thing
mean,
is about 5.5 foot tall and maybe 5 foot wide at the largest area crystal.
this is gonna be embarrassing. Yeah.
There you go. You hear a little from your back. Nope.
I just slowly tilt my head to one side.
I'd like to.
Look.
Raise an
I
eyebrow,
am
but
the
distinctly
graceful
not say
sort,
anything.
not the strong, powerful. At least in physical strength. Here, can you help me, please?
I mean, no.
Oh, yes. It does appear you lack the strength.
You're correct. Everyone in here lacks the strength. A damn ogre lacks the. You see those changed?
Death Hollow is gonna climb up on top of the chest, and then up onto the bed, and bounce across the bed, and then jump over onto this desk over here, dragging the cane with them the whole way.
Do you need a leash?
I need to figure out what the crystal does, Gup. What would I roll for that?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
So,
I am not, no.
That would require no proficiency in Arcana. Does
Okay.
look very old though. And Dusk, on that table, you see a piece of parchment written here with. Let me give you this. I think I have this too. Oh, I do. Show players.
think about the crystal for such a roll.
Do we have access to all of these little notes you're putting out?
And they're in the handouts, yes.
And
How do we access handouts?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. New to Foundry. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you see little buttons for chat log, for combat, for scenes. I don't know what it shows as a player. But it looks like a little book. Do you see what I'm talking about? Upper right-hand corner.
journal entries.
Journal entries. Yes.
Is this paper I found by itself? Is there other things on this table? It's just among them, or at this desk.
There is also an open, a book open, and as you look at it, the title of it is "One Night with a Hag," a book of common fey.
So my journal entries doesn't have anything.
Oh, it does not.
Neither does mine.
I wonder how I give this to.
I mean, I can see it when you first share it, but unless
Yeah.
I like copy it or do something,
I
it
bet
doesn't save it.
I can configure permissions. Okay. There you go. How about now? Did it show up?
Handouts.
Yay!
List of items.
The collections room is what we passed through, right, Gup?
It is correct.
Would
Is
a
this rock?
17 Arcana tell me anything about the crystal?
So, you know that one through in the past there were gems mined up from deep underground, primarily a currency used with deep gnomes who would then spend time studying with these crystals in order to store magical spells inside of them. You've read about them, you've seen them in your studies, and actually from where you're from, have seen one, somebody in your family would have seen one in action at one time. But this one appears to be completely dead.
I will share that information with the class.
So, it can store magic. Huh. Can I
wait.
try and imbue a spell into it, Gup?
You can try to cast a spell at it, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I will put a... I'll put a level 1 spell slot into it.
So you'd have to actually cast a spell, like say put your hand on it and cast a spell.
Okay, I'll cast Longstrider on it then.
Okay. So as you cast Longstrider, you see the magic emit from your hand, but nothing happens to the stone.
Ah, yes. Well,
Taurus walks over. I'm gonna be reading that list. I'm just gonna throw it over my shoulder as I walk across the desk. And then hop over to
Lord
the other
Holford
desk.
was studying the Fae. Perhaps he went to join them.
You can give me an investigation check, Nikiforos. And the chest is locked. I mean, I'm sorry, you don't need an investigation check. The chest is locked. Whatever you want to do with it from there is up to you.
Is the lock like? I mean, is it a shoddy lock?
No, it's fine. It's a fine iron lock. It's a looks like a fairly well put together chest. Something somebody who might be rich would have.
I don't want to attempt to pick it, but I'm thinking about attempting to pick it. Stay tuned.
Oh, right. So there are books in your area. If you want to give me an investigation check, you see a mirror. You see a desk with a wizard's hat on it, and a book currently open on this desk.
I would like to investigate near the book.
Sure, give me an investigation check. Oh, damn. Okay, so you found a few things here. The book. A few books lay in the general vicinity. One of them is called Root with Honor, an alchemy book. One of them is Fruit of the Eclipse, a book on illusion magic. Surviving the Hunt, Stick to the Rivers and the Lakes That You're Used to, Wilderness Guide 101. And a spell book containing the spells Magic Mouth, Comprehend Languages, and Jump.
I'm going to take the wilderness book and stick it in my bag.
Okay.
What's up with it right here? These apples or
Yep, they are fake apples.
Oh, wait, that is not... Okay. That is not how you whisper somebody.
What am I standing on?
It is not how you whisper somebody. What are you standing on? I don't know. What are you? Oh, that is a dresser, so that's like head height to you. The top of it is up just a little above your forehead.
That's fine. I
An
jumped over
armoire,
here anyways.
basically. So you're hopping up on it or fluttering up on it.
Oh yeah, I came straight from the desk over there.
As you jump on it, I'm assuming.
It would look like I'm jumping.
Shakes and wiggles and rocks as it makes a boom and thuds against the wall. And yeah, there's a few rings, a necklace, and some neckties and stuff up there on the top.
It's illusion. Is it just sitting there reading the book?
It is,
And occasionally calling us Corbin?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is doing. Yep.
No, it's not looping like a walking pattern from or to anything?
No.
Is the book an illusion as well?
It is not.
Can I see anything written on the pages?
Yeah, One Night with the Hag, a book on common fae.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Particularly, it's open up to a section on dryads.
I will remove the book from the illusion's grasp, ?
No problems there.
He just keeps staring at the same spot.
Correct.
Gup, just confirm you can see that stuff I just sent you, right? Because I haven't dealt with that.
Yeah, so sleight of hand, yeah.
It's my... Yeah, it's invisible.
Okay, so you managed to pop the lock. Oh, Rhea, I forgot. Probably the most important thing over here. You see a map, sort of map. It's not a blueprint of the house, but it is like a basic hand-drawn sketch of the rooms with every now and then an eyeball placed on it and a line going from the eyeball to certain areas.
I'd take the map, obviously.
Okay.
I don't tell anyone though.
Written by TLC. I'm glad they got that. Okay.
I'd like to look behind the painting.
Yeah, there's a nice cobblestone wall back there.
But nothing like written on the back of the painting?
No. Now, the bottom of the painting itself says Barnaby Holdford II in almost an Old English type script.
Hmm.
You mentioned there's rings and stuff on top of this.
Yep.
Is there a diamond ring?
There's not a diamond ring, no.
Under the bed. Do I see anything?
Just a little bit of dirt. Is everything going all right up there?
Yes.
Was the strange thing you were trying to tell us about, was that the illusion that keeps calling us you?
Yes, it is quite peculiar. He hollers.
I feel like you could have warned us. Just saying.
Oh, oops.
I'm attempt to open
Could
the
you
top drawer.
come up and talk to us, dear Corbin?
I'm gonna go down and talk to Corbin.
Which stairwell?
Oh. That's
There's a-
true, there's another stairwell
There is a
over there.
stairwell in here, if you want.
Probably, yeah. I'd probably use that one, yeah.
I flag down the lion and try to get him to come over to me while everybody's kind of dispersing.
Okay. Where are you at?
I'm over by the bookshelf in the corner.
So who is Nikki Forrest is going downstairs. Leo's coming over here by the bookshelf. What about you said you're trying to open the top shelf of the dresser? So as you open it, there are fine garments, like white pinstripe shirts, and various different colors and stuff. So it looks like clothing.
I'm gonna start pulling them out. Searching the drawer.
You're like a child.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch Dusk pilfer for a little bit and then kind of study this suit of armor to see if would I notice anything weird about any of the suits of armor, or do they all just look like regular suits?
Give me an investigation check. So many investigations. You see what appear to be runes engraved on the back of it.
I'm gonna poke it, just kind of like nudge it a little bit.
It doesn't move. I mean, it kind of like sways with your hand, but it doesn't like do anything.
Interesting. I'll head downstairs.
So, my character goes over to you, Rhea, after you kind of wave him to come on over.
I was over here looking at this table when I discovered this map.
Oh.
And it appears to be a map. I want to say this house. I can't quite tell. But look, it's got these eyeballs. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Have I got?
Give me
Well, Saracana.
no, it's not Arcana. Give me a
Don't say it, don't say
just
it.
give me a general intelligence check.
I've
Oh,
got
that's
some of
even
that.
worse.
I've got some of that.
I know things.
That makes one of us.
Hold on. There we go.
So with 17, it looks like it. You see the eyeballs, and then it looks like whatever's drawn out is a path, like pathing. Like as you look at one of these little crudely drawn eyeballs, it's got an arrow pointing one direction and the other direction, as if maybe that it goes from that end to the other end.
It's
And there's a
the
few of
DM's
these.
monster pathing map.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need more details about this gup.
It's with that intelligence. Okay, so maybe you would assume that it is part of his security measures, and perhaps something is watching, and it goes on a path.
But where?
He is a pet beholder.
Surveillance map.
I
On the back, you
wonder-
see Prodfoot, and no, I'm just kidding.
I don't
Is-
understand where.
Is a
Maybe we
Taurus
should
beside?
show the
Oh, sorry.
others.
Yes. We should tell the others. Let's go down. I have a feeling, though. I've got a plan. I'm gonna sniff. I'm gonna smoke them all out. Oh, yeah. Sorry,
I
Gup.
really
Sorry.
wanted to find like an Alan Rickman voice modulator I could use.
I'm assuming this is a globe.
It is actually. It's a globe. And then a couple pieces of parchment and a map of Teledine.
I'm going to go back upstairs to try and corral the weird fairy and keep her from breaking shit.
Yep.
Keep it.
Dusk Hollow is disguise self. So doesn't currently have wings. Just
Okay, the weird
short.
child then.
The weird
and
child.
apparently can jump really far. It is currently spinning the globe when you walk
Now-
upstairs.
Corbin, I was wondering, would your quarters in this house, or are they elsewhere?
No, I live in this house, yes.
You live in this house?
Hey, yes, I do.
Ah,
I live here, and then the small wooden shack you saw, well, I say shack, it's in pretty good shape, that you saw on your way up, it's the groundskeeper's house. He's not here, however. He is on vacation.
As many are others. Now, to form a complete investigation, which an expert detective like myself would, I would need to search his house. His shop.
It's all fair game, yes. I can tell you. And well, to describe this room too. So as you enter this room, you get as you walk kind of down the stairs, you get a little spider web in your face. This would have been Nikki for us. As you brush it off, you see the stairwell directly covered in dust as it descends downwards, and directly across a wicker couch sits adjacent on the south, a small crib, a bookshelf, and a bin full of dusty old toys. The entire room seems to be lightly coated in dirt and dust and cobwebs, and as if nothing's even been cleared from the corners in years.
And I'm gonna give a quick glance over in here, since this was the place I originally wanted to look at before I got lost.
Is Rhea? Oh, I'm sorry. After you.
I'm just looking at this point for anything that isn't covered in dust.
Okay. And 15 on that. What were you saying, Nikki, as well? And did
Is
dusk
you
come
or me?
down? Did dusk come down or stay up?
Is Rhea right here?
Yeah.
Did she come down?
I'm-
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to nudge your shoulder and say, see if you can get more leads out of him. I am going to go fetch the child. And I go back upstairs to try and convince the small thing from breaking something and activating the defense mechanisms that are clearly active in this house.
Got one every game now.
I turned to Gordon. So you mentioned that the groundskeeper went away on a vacation. Where did he go?
Yeah, so Jeff Sparklecheeks is our groundskeeper, and he's currently...
Oh, I gotta write that down.
Jeff Sparkle Cheeks.
Yes, Jeff Sparklecheeks. Geoff Sparkle Cheeks, the groundskeeper.
It's Jeff with a G.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff with a G.
Who is currently on vacation in Maldron visiting his sick son.
How is his son sick?
That's
What
quite
ails him?
peculiar. Nobody quite knows. He left quite distraught. Master Holdford, well, he had asked Master Holdford for an increase in his wages, but Master Holdford did not oblige. Instead, gave him a gift and some time off, but not a monetary value.
What was the gift?
A bracelet that belonged to William Holdford, the founding father of Perryville.
Was it a gold bracelet, or was it something like more diamond? What are we talking
It
here?
was iron with emerald and an iron band with little emeralds encrusted into it.
Oh, a family heirloom as a gift, though. That's
It
rather
is.
generous.
Yes, I thought so. So Master Holdford was not. He was not selfish. He was not. He didn't not want to help people. He loved helping people. He's good to all of us that work for him. But he was a businessman, so he could not oblige an increase in wages.
So now,
Hmm.
how far along was
Yet
it?
I
How long
imagine such
ago
an
was
heirloom.
this?
Well, Jeff left. Well, he left to go see his son about 4 days ago.
And when did your master disappear?
I'm not sure. Well, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I fell for the old illusion upstairs. Who knows, 3, 4, maybe 5 days before I, as he kind of looks down embarrassed, figured out that is not my master.
But the illusion just repeats itself.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware.
I am not a clever man.
Okay. Good talk.
He had,
I'm gonna look around,
I
and then she
think,
kind of wanders around.
in particular, we should look at the groundskeepers.
real quick, your investigation check would have noted that a small set of footprints that belong to either a child or a smaller race that lead down the stairwell and out towards the window, which appears to have been unlocked from the inside, and a layer of dirt seems to be wiped off the middle of the ledge as if something had scooted across it and out the window.
What race was Holford again?
He's a human.
When
now,
Nikki
can I
shows
tell where those tracks go?
When Nikki what?
I didn't say anything.
Dusk did.
I was gonna say when Nikki shows up to grab Dusk Hollow, there'll be one spinning the globe, and then hand you the cane. Not really paying attention to what you're saying, just saying here, and then lay down on the table and look under it.
I'll lean on the cane and humor him. Hit.
Is there anything under the table?
No.
I'll jump down and then start heading downstairs, leaving Nikki with the cane.
Yep, I'm going to let the small child think that was entirely his idea, and I didn't come up here for any reason. And I will follow behind it.
I'm gonna let the others know that I found tracks.
Gordon's gonna say, well, it had a intonation. This window's locked from the inside. I've not come in here, but those are awful small feet.
Indeed.
Was
Indeed
it
they
ever
are.
determined why the Holford didn't have children?
Well, it wasn't for lack of trying, but Miss Holford, she, was not able for whatever reason, but she died young. She was only 24 when she passed away. And Mr. Holford never remarried. Went into quite a bit of a
How
depression.
did she die?
Yes, a fever. I don't know what ailment it was, but a fever took her. Quick, too. She only lied in bed for a day and died the next.
Odd.
So the only
Lord Holford
leads we
long
have.
been interested in magic and the Fae.
Do what?
Has Lord
Not me.
Holford long been interested in magic and the Fae?
Well, funny you ask. He's only been interested in he sought out a wizard by the name of Abus Morte, for teachings, for maybe 6 months ago or so. This is new. I had the wizard come here and he put up these security measures around the manor, and it was always he come here. It was never did he come here besides to set up the security measures, and one other time he was here well, within the past 10 days, come to think of it. He showed up to add more security measures, something about some floating eyes, arcane eyes or something like that. And
Arcane eyes, egad.
but other than that, Master Oldford always went to his tower to learn, to teach. But I assure you, Master Oldford did not have a knack for the arcane. For, I caught him yelling, prestidigitate in the bathroom for 30 minutes trying to clear up the smell of his own doings. He was not an accomplished man in that aspect.
Where this
Let me stop you
wizard's
there.
tower is.
Arcane eyes?
Wait, hold on a second.
So
He has a tower.
He does, and yes, there are invisible eyes patrolling this manor.
Okay. So there are invisible eyes
Yes,
that are monitoring.
yes.
Where are those eyes monitoring to? Have you seen them?
I do not know.
Do you know if he has seen them?
Who?
Give me Barnaby.
I assumed that they were his, they're his doings. He wanted them. But he was the only one to view them.
He asked for them.
Yes, he asked for the eyes. As added security measures to, he felt the suits of armor were not enough.
Did they project through the crystal in his room?
I do not believe so. The thing has been dormant since he brought that thing up.
Souvenir.
He
We
was,
need assistance getting downstairs.
oh, yes, sorry. He was awfully fixated on that thing, though.
How'd you get up the stairs?
I mean, token wise, but also.
One pull-up at a time.
Yeah. It's just not worth the effort going back down.
So we have two places that we can investigate next. We can go to the groundskeeper house, and we could also go to the tower. Correct?
The tower is outside of the city. I'm not quite 100% sure where it's at, but I do know it is northwest of Periville. Abus was he kept to himself. He was a quiet man.
And he
Indeed.
likes to spy on people.
Maybe. I don't know that he had access to these eyes. But if anybody did know their way around here, he did know the security layout of this whole manor.
What's the wizard's name? Abus?
Abus Morte.
So we know his friends. Who are his enemies?
Master Holford didn't make enemies. He helped.
You are a businessman, you make enemies.
Perhaps, but...
Did he have competition?
No.
What was his business?
He owns the retreats at Fishing Cliff, and that and, well, at least half of the land in Periville.
Hmm.
He was well liked.
Power attract enemies, my friend.
They do, but
Or
he
not.
was very well received. People.
Are there no kings, no mayors, no people of the state maybe who were unhappy that he owned all the land?
So Periville
I went to
is,
German there. Sorry.
Periville is different than most regions in Taladina's. We're not governed by any king or kingdom. Sort of ran purely by aristocratic families. We've got the Holdford family, the Lacranes, and then the Chavez families. They kind of govern everything that goes on here, but it's always with a vote. It's fair. People like it.
My character's going to pull a familiar move, and he's just going to walk outside the door and head over to the groundskeeper house.
You said there's a window with footprints near it?
Yep. They are oddly your-sized.
I'm gonna climb up and, well, I guess I'm gonna hover up in front of the window and I'm gonna open it.
Well,
I'm gonna keep an eye on Dusk.
thank you for your time.
Who's now strangely
And-
hovering
I
in front of a
will
window.
tell you, the only people that have been here in the last 6 or 7 days has been Jeff, Abus, the wizard, and Jody Mitchell came by to appraise some heirloom jewelry, and Boris Backbeard came to deliver meats and produce.
Someone with oddly small feet.
Wait a second. Oh, wait, I'm up there. Never mind.
What was the name of the butcher?
Boris Backbeard,
And what was he doing here?
delivering meats and produce.
Okay. So are me and no, we're not. Anyway, I'm going to go over to Rhea and I'm going to whisper, assuming because she came in with him. So I'm like, so, what's up with the mask?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a fair answer. Walk away.
Yeah.
As you give me a perception check, Leo,
Okay.
as you were walking out of the room. An 8. Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that it is our time to adieu. We have a couple of leads. I think it is wise that we investigate the mage who set up security measures in the home.
That does seem a most curious option.
So, Leo, as you walk outside, you walk down the path that you came up in. On the west, I always have to do my directions. On the west side of the estate, you see a stone building with ivy kind of grown up along the stone. It says the Holdford family mausoleum carved on the stone above the gate. And then you see this wooden groundskeeper's house.
Oh, Corden!
Yes?
At the beginning of the festivities, there was a man who sat in the corner and quickly departed.
Oh, yes. That's to be expected from Sir David Stowell. But
What is his association with Barnaby Hartford?
He was just one of those to invite. He used to be a military commander of Perryville, and he's retired. He's kind of a drunk and a lecher. But
Just kind of showed up out of courtesy.
I think he wanted the money and the booze.
I mean, understandably, he's seen a lot.
Not everyone has wanted to take off on this. Soon he left as well, saying she had no time.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Suni as well. She left, saying she did not have the time. So not everybody seems to be interested in this endeavor. She came.
He doesn't seem interested in a lot of things. Anyway.
I'd like to lay into this garden out
Somebody's
here.
better.
You're laying in it?
Land.
Oh, land. Give me a perception check.
Heaven.
You see Charlemagne and Ariza talking to one another as they walk out of the room. She branches off to the side and he walks the other direction. But you didn't quite make out what they were saying.
I'm gonna climb into this rose bush right here.
Okay.
It seems like the logical thing to do.
It's your hat, so you're fully enveloped in it.
What are thorns?
Take one point of piercing damage.
Worth. In reaction, I'll go ahead and cast False Life. Not as a reaction, but after taking damage, I'll cast False Life.
If anyone is interested in this case, I am leaving to continue the investigation.
Dude, but it won't let me move.
You should have control of your token.
I should do. I moved over here, but suddenly I can't move. There we go.
Before I head out, I want to turn to Gordon and just ask. You mentioned that there was a jewelry appraiser who stopped by the house.
Yes, Jody Mitchell. She's but very good at what she does.
Why was she here though? Or is there?
Barnaby had some family heirloom jewelry pieces that he wished to have looked at, particularly a ring with, I know it was it had a set for 3 diamonds in it, but one of them was missing, and he had grown ever curious about its value.
Is there any concern of debt here? Because he seems to be, I don't know, just giving away family heirlooms and getting all of his heirlooms appraised. So.
I don't think so. His business is doing well. That being said, he didn't have the multiple business ventures of his forefathers. He kept
That's all I have
private
to ask.
about his financial affairs. But I've always been paid.
Good to know.
As
I'll head outside.
as Nikki and a tourist walk by, there'll just be a pink head that pops out of a rose bush to your left.
Perhaps
Yeah, say that's not normal.
subtlety is not your strong suit.
Well, we're looking for the missing kid, right?
I think we found him.
Nice. Jan, look at the flower bed. Are there footsteps?
Give me an investigation check. All kinds of investigations.
Nobody told me about
Oh my
-1.
god!
Double -1.
As
Too
you're
busy
looking
following.
for footsteps, you're making more and you're following your own feet in a circle.
It looks like there's a whole bunch of kids out here.
There's so many.
So Gup, what do I see at the
Um,
groundskeeper?
Okay, so as you approach the groundskeeper's house, you see inside this. The door is open. If you wish to open it, it's not locked. Inside this small wooden house, you quickly get a faint smell of charcoal, as the hearth appears to have died out many days ago, but no open windows. The stagnant kind of smell lingered inside. There is one living room with a round wooden table and a couch near the hearth, and a doorway that appears to be going into a bedroom, it's supposed to be open, which contains a bed. And some small storage. Outside the house, you see many tools lay around, such as a rake, a wood, axe, broom, hedge clippers, and so forth.
Ooh, I also see this chest over here.
How long have we been here?
I wish to open it.
You've been here for a few hours now. A couple hours, maybe about 2. Including eating, yeah, a little after 2. So give me an investigation check for the groundskeeper's house.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I
I
guess
was gonna
then.
say I was gonna try opening that chest too, unless it was locked.
It's not.
Just
So
we'll say disguise self fades, and instead of hovering out of the bush, I'd climb out and then fly up a little bit with green and blue translucent wings.
which appears in front of Nikiforos.
Wait, you're saying that I saw your wings?
Yes.
Do I? You said you weighed 34 pounds?
Something around there. Description, all 38 pounds.
Okay,
Very
do I need a strength check to lift something that weighs a little more than a dumbbell weight?
No, not unless there's resistance.
Okay, well I'm going
Is there
to...
resistance?
Is there resistance?
I would like to resist.
Oh god.
I never said I was lifting.
Athletics.
Okay, what are you doing with that athletics check, buddy? You're
Flutter.
taking offense to my presence? You're resisting. Alright, I hold my hands up.
You see Nikiforos just almost in contemplation. Can I
Yeah.
lift this creature? And she kind of darts around. Is he thinking of lifting
If you
me?
can catch it. I'll just fly up a little bit
It'd fly up.
and point at all the footprints on the ground.
I...
Suspicious.
All the children.
I
So
think
what
you may
did,
be on something.
What did my investigation check that you asked for get me?
So
A 15.
you find a steel banded bracelet with small tiny little emerald gems set in it. Engraved on the band, and the inside says W. Holdford, and then there's a note beside it that says, "Thank you for your service to our family. I'm afraid I cannot honor your request for a pay increase. I would like to offer you this as a gift, as well as 2 days at our Fishing Cliff Resort. My prayers go out with you while your son seeks out the medical help he needs."
He engraved that?
No, that was on a note.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
Can't pay you,
that's
but
impressive.
I can engrave a paragraph. No, this was on a note next to the bracelet.
I believe that was information he didn't give us before, though, about the 2 days at Fishing Cliff.
But he told
Correct.
us he gave him 2 days off, but not there.
Yeah.
But we would know where he would be at. I mean, Fishing Cliff is a long way because I studied the map. But
Well, he said he was on vacation to go see his son because his son was sick. He didn't say he was on vacation to go to a lodge.
Gup, do I recall him saying, Corbin saying where the groundskeeper was
Not
from?
Corbin. Corbin was I made those two people. They're both halflings, too. Corden. Close. But yeah. He did not say anything about him going to Fishing Cliff, no.
Okay. I also see the
Wasn't
story
Corbin
here.
also Dr. B's first name?
No, that was
Corum.
Corim, yeah.
Corum.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Corim,
There
Corbin,
was a
Corden.
Corbin though.
Yes.
Gup's just not that creative with names. Came up with such brilliant ones as Pork Taco and Sean Murphy with daughter Maggie May.
I did that, yeah.
Jeff
I don't know.
Sparkle Cheeks, though.
Jeff
He's
Sparkle
gotten
Cheeks is
better.
pretty awesome.
True. He's redeeming himself with a vengeance.
I feel like a
I
name
mean-
Sparkle Cheeks would start a fire, though. Anyway, so this door
In
right
my
here.
loins.
What do I see when I open
Shit.
it?
Which door is this? So, yeah, it's a bathroom. You see a small toilet in the corner of the room in a cramped, very unlit at the moment place. Room.
Anything that looks like was trying to be destroyed in exigent circumstances?
It does not.
May I? I'd like to do something real quick. In seeing, don't call him Lush, Dusk's wings,
Yes.
is there a check I can roll to decipher if I know what it is?
I mean, you can give me a nature check with advantage because you're.
I do have advantage because
Yeah, you have
if
advantage
it's
anyway.
Parfait.
Thank you, Backbeard. Yeah, that's awesome.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so that's you've seen a fairy. You've been told
Okay.
regaled tales of your homeworld.
Okay. I'm beginning to like you. Continue with what you were doing.
I'd like to fly over. How big is Nikki?
4'8".
So like
Two of you.
Do you have a tail?
I think he has a little bushy one, like a goat.
Okay.
Is he stout, like a dwarf, or
No, he's pretty lean.
Lean.
never mind?
I'd say dad bod. Dad
Dad
bod's
bod?
a good way. Yeah. Less gut, dad bod.
He enjoys a little embellishment on the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Let's do it
keeps in
anyways.
shape to fight monsters, but also clearly indulges in.
I'm gonna do it anyways. So Duscall is gonna fly over and just like land on your shoulders, like a kid on your shoulders. Grab your horns.
I accept.
Do you accept his
I
parameters?
walk.
Okay.
And I walk.
Is this gonna be like Ratatouille, where he's just like piloting Sean's character?
Yeah.
We're moving now.
It's like going to the right, going to the right.
No, watch out. Fashion.
I will say, there was footprints.
I saw you making them.
You
So
made many footprints.
There's at least 5 kids.
you see,
I will-
Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
you see this Ariza over at the mausoleum with her ear pressed against the door, and her back turned to you.
Wait, what? Mausoleum.
Yes.
Over here.
You used a lot of words that I didn't know.
Here, if you move a
You're
little
over.
forward, you can see it.
The
There
things
we
you
go.
hear with.
There you go. All right, you're on
Okay.
top of his shoulder. So.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would someone be listening at a mausoleum?
I'm going to look up at my most merciful queen and ask a king person, lordship, and ask for permission to investigate.
I'm just gonna, like a small kid, rocking back and forth.
Don't tug on the horns.
Oh, he's
You
not
can
here.
whatever you want, just don't
Ah,
tug.
well,
Don't tug or twist.
Hey, as
I'll just push.
Okay. He's pushing me. It's pushing me forward. We're going forward.
I don't know how to whisper somebody. It's okay. So as
PM us in Discord.
I'll just say it. As Charlemagne walks off of the estate,
Thank God.
Leo, you're gonna see a piece of torn blue cloth in his hand, as he says, "And like that, a gentleman has a lead," and he proceeds to walk off.
I always want to call this guy like Dog the Bounty Hunter or something. Anyway, considering everything going on recently, so
Getting strong
as he walks by as well, he's like, "You must tell me sometime how you overpowered both of those barbarian warriors."
Oh, please do buy my book. Read all about it. It's a fantastic tale.
They were
just seems-
bugbears.
It just seems so unbelievable, he says as he keeps walking off in the
I
opposite
feel like
direction.
Ray is up to something.
Where's Raid? What is? Oh no, we lost her. Oh no.
The forge just froze on me, so I'm waiting for it to unfreeze.
Oh no!
So as you guys are walking by, Lion, as he later identifies you guys himself as Leo, we'll just say Leo. Leo is going to tell you guys, so something that he didn't mention to us was when he was sent away to Fishcliff for 2 days, the groundskeeper. I have it in this note here, along with the bracelet that was gifted to him.
I'm sorry. Repeat that. Barnaby was.
No,
Went to
the
whip-
groundskeeper.
Sparkle cheeks?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
The groundskeeper Sparkle Cheeks was sent away for 2 days by Senior Holford.
I thought he went to Maldron.
See, that's the thing, right?
I thought he went to
Clashing of stories. Somebody's lying. And when there's
Has
a lie,
anyone-
there's a reason.
Has anyone
Is
been
maybe-
to the resort?
No.
Have any of you ever heard of it before?
Gup.
I know, a Taurus and Line. Y'all would know of it, particularly from where you're from. Fishing Cliff is a magnificent vacation spot. So it is a small set of like little cottages, and it is on a cliff over a mountain that looks over a really large lake that pours in from the river, and it's got magical fishing poles that let you fish all the way down into the lake from 2.5 miles up on the cliff. And they kind of float in place, and people go out there to sip drinks and skyfish.
That's pretty dope.
You know, the other thing that we haven't searched through is the mausoleum.
As
We leave no stone unturned, quite
You-
literally.
hey, goat,
I don't answer that. So
fellow order member. Shh, we have work. And she points at the door.
mm.
Ah, it is
Wait.
the beautiful lady again. Oh, the music.
By this point, Dusk Hollow is gonna have her like self splayed over Nikki's head and just be like, "I'm bored."
Won't let me move.
I assume that would have happened halfway through the exposition.
I will-
Catch us up.
I'll approach and say, "You've made it clear that pleasantries are not your common practice. So, what is the situation?"
Shh. Listen.
I listen.
Give me a
I
perception
put-
check.
Put my ear to the door and
I
listen.
cast prestidigitation and create sparks.
17.
Yeah. So you hear that noise. That's what you heard. You heard kind of this guttural, almost kind of hum as something kind of scrapes the back of the mausoleum door. So you're looking at an iron barred door, but it's solid. It's not see-through. It's not locked, but it has a bar that goes across the top of it.
I'd just like to ask, I don't know what they do in Dungeons & Dragons. Traditionally, iron and the Fae don't go hand in hand. Does iron have any impact on the Fae in Dungeons & Dragons?
No.
Okay,
No, you're good.
cool.
That's more of a potentially a ghost thing.
Okay.
Old iron.
You just hear Dust Hollow screaming, "Oh god, it burns!"
Did anybody hear that?
Yep. Alright.
Ah,
How long
maybe
have you
it's
been here?
that.
What was
Yeah.
that?
Give me an investigation check. Anybody who's feels like they would be looking around the area.
I wouldn't. I'd be focused on the matter at hand.
Rhea, you see small sets of footprints running in the direction of the mausoleum.
I look up and make sure Dusk Hollow's still on the head.
Yes.
Make sure it wasn't-
And Leo, you will see these tracks going around to this side over here of the mausoleum.
Oh, interesting. Stealth check as I
Sure.
brush up against the wall. And
Okay.
wow. I am going to peer around the corner.
As you follow the footsteps and peer around the corner, you see a little area in the grass that looks like somebody hunkered down there, like a small person sat. You see breadcrumbs laying in the area where the grass is kind of pushed down and pushed out of the way as a little dirt is exposed. And you see a candy wrapper. The candy wrapper in particular says...
The Baby Ruth.
It is not, I'm sorry. It is a, for
It's a Ruby Booth.
pork pleasures is what it's called. And it is a known candy.
It's just lard with sugar in it, isn't it?
It's candied bacon, essentially is what it is.
Oh, so yes.
But they're in like little clumps of pig bacon candied in brown sugar and roasted over the hearth.
I honestly have no idea. Can I determine how long it's been since it's been opened?
The
Is
candy?
there any way? Yeah.
With that investigation, it looks in the past few days. It's pretty fresh. The bread's still, it's a little stale, but it's not moldy or rotten. It's still got a little squish to it.
I found a candy wrapper. Tracks leading to a candy wrapper opened up, obviously within the past few days. Looks like something hid here.
Well, is it still hidden?
Well, not anymore because I see it.
I will turn to my... What is the name of my religion again? I'm so sorry.
The Order of Vengeance.
I will turn to my fellow Vengeance Order member,
I knew I recognized that symbol.
ask her, so what is the situation?
There's something moving in there, and that is a place where the dead sleep.
No shit. Have you gone around the building? Have you checked for other entryways?
Have you thought
Maybe
about
a cellar?
finding a better place to sleep?
There is
Wink.
not. There is not another place
Flirty character.
here to go in. There's no windows, no way out. We could leave all as well,
Does the door open?
or we could take the Bobby approach.
You know?
You know Bobby.
Oh yeah, I know. I do. And I think
I don't.
next
Who's
time
Bobby?
don't worry about it. I think that the next time that we see Bobby, he would be proud of us had we taken a particular course of action.
As she cocks back her little hand crossbow.
I cock back mine.
I cast dancing lights.
Where are you putting them?
I'll just do like a globe on a little bit up on either side, and then one that's. Can I cast the third one? Because I'm pretty sure there's 3. Up to 4. I'm only gonna make 3. Glowing orbs hovering in the air for the durations. You can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size. I'm doing that. It's a glowing humanoid form.
I didn't know you could do that. That's creepy.
It's right here.
That's real creepy.
Is that what you're doing? Okay, here's your humanoid form.
I'm going to pull out my goldish white glowing whip, and I'm going to refer to everybody. Hope you're ready.
How long does the rite last?
It lasts
Light.
until I take a short or long rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's insane.
That's nice. Not bad for 1 point of damage.
Can I just ask why we're even going in there?
Well, because I have an obligation, and I open the door.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you pull the iron bar up, you see ahead of you this kind of lurched over, mostly rotten corpse with slightly elongated fingernails, hunkering over as it cracks its head. You hear a bone snap in its neck. It looks at you, and it dead sprints in your direction. I need you to roll initiative.
Hell.
Yay!
Yay.
Finally.
Ooh, I did good. Not as good as him.
Alright, I hope I didn't re-roll y'all's. Did I? I did not. Okay. Oh, dang a Taurus, that 3. Alright. Let me put on some music.
Happy with that.
Oh, do we do JRPG battle?
Please, God, no. Final Fantasy 14 left such a fucking horrible taste in my mouth. Like, no more.
Glad I'm not the only one.
Alright, so as we go, Leo. So as he opens the door, you see this. Well, you kind of mostly see it now through the doorway. This rotten body start just dead sprinting. It's not like a slow, mindless zombie or undead that you may have seen in the past. Yep, go ahead.
Missed in the VTT. There's the combat tracker, which is the fist. If you right click it, it'll display it, and you can move it around your screen, and you won't have to constantly click back to it.
There's
Yes.
also a pop out button.
And you can move it to a different screen if you want. So if do you see what he's saying? That way you can have the chat log and the combat tracker open. Up at the top hand next to the chat log button, there's combat tracker. If you right click it, it'll pop it out, and
You got
can
it.
move it around. Cool.
She gave the thumbs up.
And at that, Leo, or Lion, what do you do?
Yes. So Leo is going to brandish his short bow, and he is going to draw back, and he is going to take extra precaution to use steady aim, granting himself advantage as a bonus action as he casts. As he uses his short bow. Oh hey. Oh hey.
I don't have a token
Yeah.
for it, but if you'll ping, I'll move the flashing light
Okay,
wherever it
that
is.
works.
Yeah, so I crit somehow. I don't know how I
Then-
crit, but it says
Yeah,
I
no.
crit.
No, that's a 9.
What?
No.
I don't know how that happened.
Well, I have advantage.
Yeah, he just said he used the aim thing to get
Steady
advantage.
aim. Yeah.
Yep.
So
What
the
did
second,
roll?
you get the 20, which is the second number.
Yeah, so you rolled a 14 plus 6. Otherwise, it was a 3 plus 6. I don't know why it showed up green.
I'm not
though.
sure why it's green.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I
either.
don't know either.
So 20,
Um,
20 will hit, though.
Yeah.
And so you have advantage. Does that give you sneak attack?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought so. I've not ever had a rogue in any of my games before, so this is a little bit of a learning experience. As there's 2
Steady
classes in here
aim
I've not
change.
dealt with before.
Steady aim to change everything.
So 5 piercing, 7 sneak attack damage, 12 points, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 points of damage. All right.
I can't move now though, so that will be my turn.
You can't move. Oh, is that the downside?
That's the downside of steady aim. Yes.
All right, Nikki, as you see this creature start just dead sprinting towards you, it takes an arrow into the shoulder. It does not seem to stop its momentum as it's still coming.
I'm gonna crack it with my light whip. 6.
Nope, don't like it. 6 to hit?
Yep.
That's really bad. That does not hit.
That is true. That was a natural one. Okay. Well,
With your there's a whip crack with your rumpy tail, but the beast is still coming. So, anything else? Are you staying put?
that I'm staying put.
All right.
No,
Wow.
actually, I'll take a step forward. 1 step forward. That.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Oh, they move.
65. 65 is 70. No, it's going to stay back here. As it rushes towards you, it used its action to sprint, so it makes it all the way to you, but you see it lunge its arm back as if it's about to hit you. That'll end its turn. As the one next to you will go ahead and make an attack on you. Make a couple of attacks on you.
Mm-mm.
All right.
I got pulled forward.
Oh, we need to bring the question that I haven't asked yet. Do y'all want hidden rolls or open rolls?
Oh, hidden rolls from you every time. Well, oh wait. I need to know hidden rolls, open rolls, because I have tools that allow me to interact with things whether they hit or not.
Well, that's I can tell you that. Like, if you're like,
Well,
hey,
I have my blood curse of the eyeless that I get to implement after I see the roll,
But yeah.
but not after you determine if it hits.
that's
or
when
not.
I would say, hey, does a 14 hit?
Oh,
And
okay,
you can
yeah,
mark back.
then do that.
Just same
I'm
as
in
last.
favor of hidden.
Okay.
I like hidden rolls, but as long as we can still use tools like that.
23 to hit on the first attack and 12 to hit on the second attack.
Oh my god. Yeah, the first one will hit.
All right, so that's going to be 7 points of slashing damage.
Very nice.
If it matters, I'm also on his shoulders, so I'm technically in the same space.
Just fluttering above. Mechanically speaking, we'll say you're 5 foot up in the air. And,
I mean, he's only 4 foot, so I'll just put.
oh, no, not that.
4'8".
Yeah, but I'm also sitting.
No.
And it's going
More
to slice at you on its way out as it dead sprints straight back. Ends its turn. Dusk, it's on you as you're hovering 5
Wait.
foot above Nikki Forrest.
You move 2 different creatures.
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. I see.
which would have provoked an attack of opportunity from you, both of you, if you would like.
I would like to take that.
I will as well. Yeah.
Oh, that was crossbow. I took the wrong thing. Sorry.
8.
Whip hits, dagger does not.
All right, that's going to
that's
hit.
the same.
You're gonna get a series of rolls here. You know what? I'm gonna unequip this fucking crossbow. I don't know why that's even up there, so I don't do that again. That.
It's same roll regardless, but yeah.
Yep. 7.
So 7. Take 7 damage.
Yep. And he also gets hit by 1d4 of radiant damage.
Yep. Roll d4 from your
And he gets hit by it. Yep. My crimson, right?
Right.
And he gets hit by an additional 1d4 of radiant damage because he's undead.
Yep. Damn.
We're rolling out the hits.
2 4s.
Is he weak against radiant? Because then this gets crazy. Okay.
All right. So the dagger missed though, as you try to shaka him as he runs by, but the whip does manage to land on its back. Wait, what is the range of the whip?
10.
It's reach. So that wouldn't have left your melee range.
Oh, you're right. No, that sick attack. It didn't happen.
Oh, sorry, Duskallow's turn.
Alright.
That sick attack didn't happen.
He just sprinted through my glowing humanoid.
Yeah.
Giving no fucks.
No.
So I'll drop concentration instead. Tap. I'm all kinds of touching Nikki right now, so I guess it doesn't matter. Heroism on Nikki.
Sure.
Do that.
Concentration. Right.
Yep.
3 temp HP to Nikki.
And then for concentration for up to 1 minute until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened. Gains temp health equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, which is 3, at the start of each of its turns. So on the start of your turn, until I drop concentration, every turn you get 3 temp health, but it replaces any you had previously.
Yeah, temp HP does not stack.
Yep. And you know what? I'm gonna stay.
My man. My person, individual.
That is my action.
Are you holding on to the horns, like the reins of a horse? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I need this for my mental cannon. All right.
And then as a sure, why not? As a bonus action, I'm loop the feet around the neck so I can hold on, and then I'm gonna pull out a flute. I'm gonna play a little song and give Nikki bardic inspiration.
What's that do?
It gives you bardic inspiration. So you have a D. Is it a D6 right now, or is it a D4?
Yes.
Okay, D6. So you have a 1d6 dice that you can roll on an attack roll. It's just attack roll, not damage, right?
Oh shit.
Or saving throw. Potentially turning
ability
failure
check, attack roll, or saving
or
throw.
saving throw. Yeah. So, but before you know the outcome.
Added after seeing the roll, but before you know the outcome.
Okay.
So another one. So like I said, ability check, saving throw, attack roll. Those are the 3 options. For the next 10 minutes, you can add 1d6, and it consumes the bardic inspiration.
So
I'm into it.
They pull out this little flute, play you a little diddle, and you feel inspired. You feel the buffment of your
Inspired.
friend. So yeah.
Yes.
And that's movement, bonus action.
Wait,
Movement,
pause.
action, bonus action.
Our tiefling lady isn't on the initiative.
Oh.
And if it matters, I'm also swaying back and forth as I play.
I'm gonna bump her down to here.
We're at 8. Yeah, 8's good.
Okay. So you stand there. So a larger one of these zombies, it looks to be like it belonged to the body of a larger individual. Both it's got more of a belly on it. It's also taller and broader as it begins sprinting out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It will dash 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Now I get an attack of opportunity.
Reaction.
Yep, both
I
y'all.
also get one.
Both y'all do. Oh, it gets.
And also
Let's go one more.
dagger.
You've already used yours.
I
My
also
turn
get
just
sneak
ended.
attack on this
Oh
one.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, 11.
11 is.
23.
I think a miss. Yeah, 11 is.
Why-
No,
why is
11
it
hits.
green?
Okay.
Don't know why it's critting constantly.
You might have go into your D&D
Always
Beyond
crit.
plugin and see if you have auto always
Yeah.
crit enabled. Because one of the last things we did was something that had a creature that was paralyzed, which is a permacrit.
Yours hits.
But
for
that'll
s-
be
Do you get sneak attack on opportunity attacks? Okay. So
Yes,
6, 7, 8, 9
because
damage.
it's a different turn technically. That's in Sage Advice.
And
Okay.
Yeah, it's different turns, just same round. So, 7 for dagger and roll whip damage. 5, 6, 5, 10. Okay, yeah, nice, chunked on it. As it runs out, y'all just berate it with daggers, swords, and whips. But it's still just like frothing at the mouth as it's running right past. As it gets right past you, Ataurus, it flips and turns on its heels as it lets out a. It's used its action though, so it'll go to Rhea.
I am going to aim for the one closest to me
Okay. Right beside you.
and just pull my bow and fire away.
Sure. Roll attack.
Ignore that roll that I just did.
19 hits. Yeah, definitely. All right, so
what is
it needs
Colossus
to
Slayer?
make a.
Oh, ignore the Colossus layer. That just not using
Saving
that.
throw, okay.
Oh.
All right, damn. Okay, so as you pull back your bow and you launch this arrow, you see it just fly directly through the forehead, plumb come out the other end. As its head cocks back and you see it sway a little bit, and its head snaps back forward as you hear the cracking of the bones, and it holds itself up and from what should have been a fatal kill shot.
One of these fights. Alright.
Anything else from Rhea?
That is it for this turn. I'm done.
Okay. All right, so she, with her hand crossbow cocked back, is going to fire at the one right in front of you, Taurus.
So struggle.
25 to hit for 4 points. 4 points of damage. And then she is going to retreat back a little bit and reload her crossbow. It will go to a zombie inside. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It's going to sprint 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Taurus, it's on you as you've seen this mausoleum just spill out dead sprinting World War Z style zombies.
Gonna look at these things around me and be like, ugh, loathsome creatures. And I will turn to the larger one, and we are going to chill touch him.
All right, 24 to hit. Hits for 7. It's going to roll a Constitution saving throw. And what is the number on that? 5 plus 5. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so it fails. Okay, I need for you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
21, so you're only going to
Plus
take
5.
half as the body explodes and just this burst of green gas explodes from it.
Yummy.
So you'll take 6 points of poison damage. Anything else from Arcturus?
He'll just sort of wipe some of the crap off of his cloak and be done.
All right, Lion.
That's the spirit of Taurus. And he's going to take a step to the side, and his rapier is going to start to cackle with lightning energy as he pierces this creature in front of him with booming blade.
I believe crackle is the word you're looking for.
You know what?
Booms.
Echo is laughing.
I can't call it crack blade.
And booming blade is thunder, isn't it?
It is.
I am allowed to flavor it however I want. That is rules as written.
Okay.
The
You
image
did.
of your blade starts laughing really loudly.
Let me live my life, Quincy.
I'm so nope.
It hits.
Let me live my life, Nikki.
Shit, that's a lot of damage.
And you have advantage, so or you get sneak attack because somebody's by it. So 5, 12, 17. Okay, take 17 points of damage. And
Yes.
if it moves, it will take. Nope, not yet. Doesn't get that yet, does it?
Yeah, no.
So
It
takes
doesn't get
one
that
more.
until it moves. It only gets 1 point of damage if it moves. God damn it, level 3.
Yeah,
No, it-
no
Um,
bonus damage
No.
yet.
Oh no, but it's only damage if it moves. Okay.
When you get at level 5, when it upgrades,
That's
it does
right, that's
immediate
right.
damage and slightly more if it
Yeah.
moves.
All right. Anything else from the lion?
Yes, the lion is going to use his bonus action, and he is going to go 1, 2,
You're going to roll.
3,
Uses
4,
bonus action to
5.
disengage. Okay.
Yes, as he
Okay.
does a cartwheel, and he
Does a
just does a cartwheel because he's acrobatic and roguelike, cat-like reflexes, and he moves over there.
I picture that like your character from Conan. Whenever you've got the daggers and you just flip backwards like 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Nikki. What you got?
What do I have?
I like
I'm
the
going
laughing
to be.
sword idea.
I'm going to be attacking this one directly south of me,
Sure.
and we're gonna. Dun 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 dun.
23 hits.
All right.
7 points of damage plus 3 and 3. So 13 points of damage. All right, yeah, as you throw forth your whip, you see it smack across the back and leaves this really large gash across its back as parts of its exposed vertebrae and rotten flesh kind of peels off, almost like the peel of a banana off of its backbone.
3 temp health.
3 temp health on
Yes.
your turn, yeah. Anything else from the Nikki Forest?
Wait, that happens on my turn?
Yeah, heroism procs on your turn, yes.
Beginning of each of your turns.
Nice. Okay. Done.
All right. See, it's going to make a couple attacks on you. It's a 19 and a 13.
I'm going to use my reaction to use my Blood Curse of the Eyeless, which I will link.
Oh, yeah, you just had your turn.
Where's the fucking Blood Curse? Hello? There we go. Oh no. I'm not gonna link that. It links every single
I can
Blood Curse. I'm just
pull it
gonna.
up here. Is
Okay.
it Blood Curse of the Alice? Is that it?
Yep.
All right. So you can choose before you notify. So 2, 3. Subtract. Okay, so roll your hemo die, which is a D6. Is that right?
It's a D4 right
D4.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just used to Molly always rolling a D6. All right.
There goes all
so-
of the temp health.
On the first hit,
60.
it goes from.
19 to
Oh
60.
fuck!
Still hits.
Fuck. Still hits.
All right. 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay. The other one does not hit.
Okay. The one in front of Arturus is going to make a couple swings at him.
Well, shoot.
It's a 22 and a 7. Would you believe it, Taurus?
Well, the first one.
The first one hits for 7 points of slashing damage. And then we got Duskallow's turn.
Alright. So they will. Oh, I'm so close to them though. Whatever. I will. I'm reading this real quick to make sure it's just sight. Target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, whatever. I will cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Yeah, it
I
can hear
can.
you. Yeah, it can hear you. Even if
On
it's gibberish, it knows that you're being an
this
ass
guy.
to it.
The one to the north of.
Wisdom save, right?
Famous weakness.
Mhm.
There's no way. 11?
What do you say to it?
I'm gonna yell at it that it's its mom's a rotting flesh bag.
No.
You get no response, but it starts racking its head. Ah.
2 psychic damage.
Oh, rude.
It can't understand me, but it knows. It knows.
It feels the mama jokes.
Yeah.
Alright, anything
There's a
else?
disturbance in the force. Nope, because all I have is a bonus action, and I don't have much to do with the bonus action, so.
Alright, Rhea. You saw the one explode that you shot before. So it's finally down.
Yeah. So I'm going to aim for the one that's northwest of me.
If you put your mouse over it, I can see which one you're talking about. We can all see the little buttons, so that helps too. That one? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that one. Aiming that way. And again, I'm just gonna release,
Right.
if possible.
Yep. Well, we'll see.
I aimed at the wrong one, my bad.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. All right. So with a 10 AC, 26 does more than enough. Roll damage. 19. You do get Colossus Slayer, right, on anything, right? The first time.
Yeah. So it's for one time per
turn.
per
Round.
turn.
Okay. Yeah. So 19. That's a hefty chunk of damage. 19.
What
oh,
the fuck do you get that? What is Colossus Slayer?
It's the
It's a
hunter
hunter
ability.
thing.
Yeah. It's the.
It's good.
Yeah, I kind of think I like hunters more than I like gloomstalkers. The Colossus Slayer
I
is pretty
mean, well,
awesome. So undead fortitude is going to be 5 plus. It's impossible for it to make this. No, it's not. But it does not make it, so it falls down to the ground. 5 plus damage taken is the DC.
Holy shit!
As the arrow,
As long as it's not max health.
yeah,
Wow.
as the arrow slides through, kind of underneath the shoulder blade, its arm falls off of its body and kind of pins up onto the dirt into the arrow. As his body flops and wiggles a little bit, and it falls down to the ground at Atorus's feet. Anything else from Rhea?
Can I use hunters? Can I use a bonus mark of putting hunter's mark on another one?
Mhm.
Not the one I just hit.
Yeah, you haven't cast it
Yeah.
yet, so
I
you can
would
cast it on
like-
anybody.
I would like to cast hunter's mark
Okay, on which one?
on this one.
Yeah, I'll put a hunter's mark on
Oh
it.
wait, hold on.
The other one?
This
Okay.
one.
I believe when it dies, you can use a bonus action
Yep.
to change targets on it without casting it again.
You can.
Oh,
But
then,
If you had already
yeah.
cast it
But
once.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So when that one dies, you can bonus action move it to another one. Keep it going.
Without
Lovely.
using another spell slot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Learned stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
Hunter's Mark's
even-
nice.
Does it require
Yeah.
a bonus action to? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can
Hunter's
only-
yes.
Mark is
I
a
know it
bonus
can only
action.
be cast as a bonus action, but I didn't know you can move it as.
Yep.
Yeah, if your
if-
target
if
dies, you
target
can move
dies.
it.
Yep.
I don't remember what.
Yeah, as a bonus action,
Action
you
you
can
caught.
move your
Okay, so it is
your
a bonus
Hunter's Mark onto another target. Yeah. All right. So any movement? That's action, bonus action. Staying put, moving.
That. I'm staying far away from things right now. Leave me in the back.
All right. Let's see. Riza is going to. Use her hand crossbow and attack the one behind Nikiforos. 13, which is going to hit for a d6, and she is going to use her Vampire Hunter ability to add a 1d10 to her damage of 1. So she does 6 points of damage. Big money.
All the whammies.
All the way. And that's it for her. She's going to come stand next to the other... Well, there's 2 bow wielders, but she's a little at one of them. And stands over by Rhea. As the one behind you, Nikiforos, is going to swing twice at you. Yeah. One's going to go to you, and one's going to go to the thing on your shoulders as it's indiscriminately just slicing.
Finally.
21 for Nikiforos. And
God damn it.
9 for Dusk.
Of course.
9 will miss.
Yeah. Not, that'll hit.
5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then a Taurus, it's on you.
I'll kind of glance back at Rhea and give her a little bow and say, "My thanks, my lady." And then we will...
Chivalrous to a fault.
Always.
Phil Tut, the one behind Nikki here. For a whopping 1 damage.
1 damage. It will take it, though.
And it also cannot regain life, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Just against you?
Oh, speaking of which, you used Vicious Mockery on the top one, which
So
I
I
think.
said I hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
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 It's the one with disadvantage.
So it has
But
a
this not
ghostly hand clinging to it now.
Yeah, you see the skeletal hand, almost incorporeal, just sitting on the back of this creature as it's just crunching into its shoulder. The claws are digging into its flesh as it takes 1 point of necrotic damage. Anything else from a Taurus?
We'll take a single step back here with the ladies.
All right. Lion, it's on you.
Let's see. So, yeah, the lion is going to use steady aim to give himself advantage, and he is going to draw his blue steel bow, and he is going to aim it at this said husk zombie.
Is steady aim a bonus action?
It is.
Okay.
As it's currently got both hands up like it's about to crash down on top of Dusk and Nikki. You let loose the arrow, roll attack.
Oh, this might actually be an actual...
It
is.
It is.
It is.
It
the
is a
first
crit. All right, first crit of the game. Nice. All right, so that is a total of loads of damage. 6 plus 5, so we got 11. 12, 34. Whoa, sneak attack gets crit dice as well, just
Yes.
like mine. That's
All
nice.
die.
So,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11,
19.
So 19
19
total. yeah.
damage. Yeah. All right, and with that, it is going to be making a Constitution saving throw.
Does it,
It
with
does.
a crit? I think this
actually,
thing's
that might be a
simply
thing
about
too.
crits.
Honestly, yep. Nope. So it wouldn't make it as it falls to the ground. So you lodge this arrow into its backbone as it kind of pierces out of the decaying, rotten flesh, flies into the iron doorway, just inches away from Nikiforos' head.
And let's see.
Flash.
I'm
Dust follow.
gonna throw a wink at the tiefling, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. All right, Nikki.
The tiefling currently facing away from you. All right.
Nah, she's looking at me after that. Yeah.
She's finally noticing you.
Senpai has finally noticed me.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yep, it's on Nikki.
Da-da-da-da.
Mr. Sinclair. Yep, so it's still
Would
got the
be-
rot on it.
would
24
be
is going to
good.
hit. For 8, 10 points of damage.
Goodness.
All right, that's a nice whip. All right.
Da, da,
That's as you
da-da-da-da.
crack your whip forward, you're going to hit it on top of the head, and you're going to see it's almost got like, it's bald on top, and it's got the hair off to the side as you hit it on top of its head, and the right part of its hair just peels off like an orange peel and flops onto its shoulder and then onto the ground. Remember that scene in The Faculty where she grabs her hair and it just pulls off? It's like that with the skin and the scalp.
You nasty.
Hmm.
3 temp health.
3 temp health to, yeah, that's right. Heroism.
I got it. And that's a turn.
All right, it's going to make. Let me remove this here.
Disadvantage.
Yep, it's got disadvantage on its first attack, and they are 1 to each. First one
What?
to Nikki. 1 attack to each. Disadvantage on the first one to Nikki. 13 with disadvantage,
Doesn't hit.
and 21 to Dusk
That hits.
for 5 points of
hits.
slashing damage. As its
5 damage.
elongated, bony kind of claws rack into your legs that are on Diggy's shoulders. And it is Dusk Hollow's turn.
I would like to. It's so close though. Can you stab it in the face with a dagger?
You can most certainly
So I'd like to-
attempt. Yes.
23
23 is going to hit.
for 4 damage.
4 points of damage. You manage to slide your dagger directly into the eye socket. You pull the dagger out. Its eyeball still attached to the optical nerve, but still attached to your dagger as well.
I'll take it. The eye.
The eye? You're going to take the eye? You're going to pull on it? Go ahead and give me a... No, you don't need to check. Just rip it. Just rip it.
Oh, it's coming with me.
Are you putting it in your
I think
pocket or what?
That's still on my dagger for now.
Okay.
I don't have any
Taste
good
it a
bonus
little bit
action.
further.
I can explode in fairy dust, but that doesn't seem useful at this time. That'll be the end of my turn.
Hold on.
All right, Ray, it's on you.
Oh, it hit me, right?
It did hit you. Concentration check. Thank you. You're
17. I feel like I'm good.
All right. We are going to hopefully attack.
You're gonna attack. Hopefully hit.
Yeah.
It does. It does still. You manage to weave this arrow intricately in, underneath Dusk's
It made
arm.
its way through the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
13 points of damage. It'll take it.
I also have Hunter's Mark, so I get to
Oh,
do
D6?
additional 1d6. Did it roll through?
I don't see it.
Hunter's
If
Mark?
you click Hunter's
Oh, no.
Mark in D&D Beyond,
It's like slowly rolling across my screen.
Yeah, I disabled
like
that.
the lag is real.
oh, the
Hey.
virtual dice rolling.
Yeah.
You can type /roll 1d4, and I think it'll
To D6.
D6.
give you what
It
you
ended
need.
up being a 4.
We'll take the 4.
I swear.
If you click your D&D Beyond plugin in Chrome or whatever browser you use, there's an option to use D&D Beyond digital dice. If you turn that off, it won't do the roll thing. It'll just instantly send to tabletop.
But then you don't get to use your digital dice. So I actually see
I
the
like the
D&D
digital
Beyond
dice.
rolls as well in the campaign on my other screen. So yes.
Yeah. Only some of them though.
Some of them.
Oddly
What?
enough. Not everybody's rolls show up.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it'll take the extra 4. It is still standing, albeit barely.
I don't think I have anything for bonus actions I can do, so I'm tapped.
Okay. Ariza.
You need to forget. Never
Do what?
mind. Nothing.
Ariza is going to hand crossbow. And it is going to miss as it flies and bounces off the iron bar, and the arrow clings and lands on your head, Nikki, as she says, "I'd like to say I'm not sorry." Taurus, it's on you.
Hmm.
One more time.
Can I use my
More
reaction to
tight.
grab the arrow?
8 points of damage. It is undead fortitude and necrotic damage. So yeah, it's gonna make a Constitution saving throw of 8. Yep, passes. So as this hand reaches over and grabs a hold of the kind of neck of the zombie and squeezes, you hear its bone breaks as its head kind of leans over sideways, but it still seems to be flailing around.
Oh boy.
As I said, loathsome creatures. I'll be done.
All right, Lion.
Yes. So, let's see. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I can still, if I can see it, I can hit it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, you got
So-
good vision. That's not cover.
Bonus action, steady aim, and he is going to send an arrow forth from his blue steel short bow. 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Cool. 10 points of damage total.
It'll take 10. Let's see. It's going to do a Constitution saving throw. And it falls to the ground.
You did it.
It did it. All right. Yeah, as all of the zombies fall to the ground, none of the other ones exploded, just the one. You will now see just a litter of mostly decayed and decrepit corpses laying along the estate grounds.
I'm going to reach up and pat Dusk on the head.
Take it.
Someone care to explain why Lord Holford had a bunch of undead in his mausoleum?
That is
Well-
an excellent question, my wise friend.
I don't mean like this
We
going
kind
to
of barking
sound.
crap off of me with that thing exploded.
This is going to sound very condescending when I say I'm pretty sure this started out dead.
That is usually a requirement of being undead.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm saying he had dead on his grounds. We don't know if he had undead on his grounds or if somebody altered them.
We do know he's had a wizard visiting, though, too.
That is a good point.
Well,
Start steering Nikki into the mausoleum.
Away.
we can certainly go around and investigate.
What all are you investigating?
I'm actually going to refer to. I'm going to write down this bitch's name. What's this bitch's name?
Ariza?
It's not Archer.
No. No.
Archer 1.
Sterling. Archer.
That's like
Her last
phrasing.
name Hawkeye.
She looks down at the ground and sees the dead bodies. Are we just going to leave them here? This is how you get ants.
In 8 seconds since we killed them?
Not,
What kind
not
of
untrue.
cleaning service do you have?
You get maggots and ants. But
Do you want ants? Because this is how you get ants. Anyway, I'm gonna investigate the mausoleum.
I'm going to investigate
Yeah, go ahead.
the corpses.
Okay. Separate investigation rolls. One for one and one.
I'm gonna
And Dusk is going to
grab
help me, aren't you?
bows and then
Oh, wait. I get advantage when
Arrows,
investigating
not bows.
undead.
You
There
got
you go.
grab your arrows, yeah. So lucky I don't.
19.
I like the RP of tracking ammo, but unless it's magical, you don't necessarily have to knock them off of your sheet.
You're the best. Then I'm just gonna head
Around. Nothing's ever gonna keep it down.
So what you see in here, Lion, is you see the Holdford family with the H being very, very elegantly carved, with floral flair above the door as you enter. As you get inside, you see different various plaques next to all of the places where. So each side used to have little stone indentions into the wall by this arch where there are little, I guess, tombs kind of laid, wooden and stone tombs laid, and each one of them has a plaque next to it with a name, and I have those names. So I have all of those names, and you are reading all of those names.
Right now.
Right this very minute, you are
Visually, I can see.
currently reading them. Oh no! So I made all these notes, but then I forgot to put page numbers on them. And you, while I'm doing that, Quincy, as you sift through the bodies, you are going to find that each body has a piece of jewelry on it. Okay, yeah, here it is. You see, on the largest zombie body that exploded, the remnants of the body contains a golden brooch, like a pin that was stuck to whatever clothing it had left on it. It's gold. Looks to be very valuable. So for your notes wise, it's a brooch worth 75 gold. And on another one of the smaller slender, looks to be like it used to be a female body. Three of these used to be female bodies, and on each one of them a gold banded wedding ring, each worth 20 gold. And the other one didn't have anything on it. So the plaques that you read.
Alright, can you? I got the brooch. What was the other ones?
3 wedding bands, each worth 20 gold. As you pull them off of the dead bodies of the once buried members of the Holdford family. And as you pull them off, Ariza looks at you. I guess it's not entirely a bad taste. So here, I'll keep my mouth shut, and she holds her hand out.
Sorry. Oh. Yeah, I'll give her a couple of the wedding bands.
She'll just take one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to druidcraft one of the dead bodies.
Are you making it stink, or what are you doing with it? It already sank.
You instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire.
Yeah, very specific.
Can I light it into a small campfire, like the amount of flame that would be expected of a small campfire?
So no, oddly enough, it's very specific. It can't even light a lantern. As weird as that is, it's dumb. It's dumb.
I'll attempt to cause any seeds on it to open, or spores to, leaves to bud bloom, flowers to blossom, seeds to pods to open.
Some mushrooms pop out of like its chest cavity.
Perfect.
As this fungus that has been festering inside, now oxidized and then enhanced with your druidcraft, brings these kind of gross mushrooms into existence on its body.
I guess you could light a lantern, depending on what kind of lantern it is, because a lot of
it's got a candle
lanterns
in it.
would just be a candle with a casing around it.
That's true.
So you light the candle inside.
The placards you see in
Distraction.
here say William Holdford Sr., founder, father, and friend. Janice Holdford, the true beauty of the true beauty of Perryville. William,
True booty.
Yeah, true booty. William Billy Holdford, gone but not forgotten. Barnaby Holdford Sr., no one could love more than he. Lena Holdford, best singer in the city. And Whitney Holdford, taken away before her time.
The true booty of the city.
It says beauty,
Sorry.
just for canon, is beauty.
It,
No, I think we should go with booty.
Damn it.
I like that one
I
much
think so
better.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's gonna do the other one ever, forever. Like, never mind.
It's memorable.
So you see a small
Her
shrine.
tomb had to be extra thick.
Extra thick.
Shut up. It's so bad.
Think of the thing she
Oh, I gotta find that video again. So there is a shrine at the end of the room. You can give me a religion check if you want to try to discern what shrine it belongs to, or what god, deity it belongs to.
I will help with that. Oh, yeah.
I just-
good thing.
No.
Yeah,
I would.
I drink. and
I
I
will
know
choose
things.
not to.
I live in the woods. I know nothing.
So it is.
Wait, does it have to do with undead?
No.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah. So
Does
you know
Nikki
well
have
enough.
hair?
From the waist down.
Only Nikki only has hair from the
Oh.
waist down.
It is
Good
a
to know.
shrine
You're
to
asking-
Joaquin.
You're asking if I have hair?
Yes.
That
Yes,
holds
it
You
is.
up.
mentioned
I did not mention that it. Like I said, I have dark skin, like a dark gray, and I have light gray fur, and my hair is also light gray, and it is a very long mane, but it's curly. I don't know. Every depiction of Satyr I see, they have curly hair, so I just kind of roll with it. So he has very long
Oh.
curly hair.
I'm currently prestidigitating random symbols onto your horns.
Oh,
So it's a
It's fine.
shrine
Small
to the
marks, it's
virgin
fine.
goddess known as Joaquin. Sorry, wait,
Makes sense.
wrong voice. Yeah, it's a shrine to Joaquin, the merchant goddess. I know of her, goddess of coin.
That is correct. Yep.
Who else would a wealthy businessman pray to?
But Joaquin has nothing with the undead, so this was clearly not her doing.
Something just feels very off about this whole estate.
could it be the undead? I'm sorry. Could it be the undead?
Possibly.
Okay.
But no, just in general, this whole place, something
I
feels
mean,
off.
the dinner was lackluster.
To echo what
Wine
our
was good.
horny friend
Wine was good.
saying, to echo what our horny friend was saying earlier, I think we should investigate the wizard next, because, well, seeing as how both accounts has the child of the house or the groundskeeper having issues, well, someone that could raise the dead is not really going to care about that sort of thing.
No.
There was all those children that came running out of the house at some point.
I'm going
Yes,
to.
Don.
The issue
There
of
is
who
so
or
many
whatever was
children
hiding
here.
outside the mausoleum.
We really should look into why there are so many children here.
I'm going to turn
And
to
she, like,
Ariza.
looks over
Oh, I'm
at
sorry. I'm
him.
interrupting you.
Well, I'm sitting on Nikki's shoulder still.
All those children.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
I will turn to Ariza and I will tell her, we have a case to investigate. Give Bobby my regards.
Ariza looks at you. What wizard?
Allegedly, a wizard was teaching Barnaby magic and visited to install
Allegedly.
defense mechanisms
She's taking
within
out
the house.
a little book and writing some notes.
Mhm.
Yes, I do believe his name was something Morte.
Heinous.
Heinous
We-
Morte?
We are told that although
Not
Barnaby
heinous.
was being taught by this wizard, that he was not very talented. So, given the undead situation, he's the only practitioner who, in at this estate, maybe he was in charge of these kicks the undead things.
I appreciate the lead. And she walks off.
Abbess Morte, that's what her name was. Oh, that's right, she's competition, not just nice on the eyes.
No. There's a certain competitive spirit between us, but you know, at the end of the day, a necromancer gets put into debt. Who's to complain that we did not get paid?
I think we should leave.
Yea, verily.
Stop.
Sorry, I'm taking notes myself. Okay. Yeah, so what do y'all do?
Onward.
Look for a wizard post haste.
Who is supposed to be at a wizard tower northwest of town?
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
knock on the door real
Which
quick. Looking for Corden.
Sure. So you walk up to the entrance of the estate. He
I knock.
He comes to the front. Yes.
Undead in your crypt. Do you know anything?
What?
I didn't stutter.
I feel like you're pulling my hamstrings.
Well, you're the one with the money. You're the one who can pay a cleaning crew. I'm not cleaning that up.
The
So-
money.
At the
Feel
mausoleum.
free. I'm sorry?
Did you? Where at the mausoleum?
It says crypt on the map.
It's mausoleum.
That's what I went with. Yeah, that.
Oh.
Yes.
I guess I'll look at it, though I feel like you're leading me into a trap.
Hold your nose.
The angry one said that's how you get ants.
And then we
Also
leave. This is just where you're at for the rest of the game, isn't it? I'm okay with this. Just if I could like
You
get
have
control
become
of
a
it.
mouse.
Can I also control him so that I can just highlight both of us and move us
I mean, yeah, we'll
with
go
his
with that.
permission?
Yeah, well, here. That's gonna
I
become
mean,
a thing.
technically, my character is small, and he is a medium creature, so I can mount him according to player
Oh,
handbook rules.
You can take the mounted combatant feat,
That would be hilarious.
and then every time you get hit, you can force him to hit me like a fuck ass.
Ride him into battle.
Oh,
Or vice versa. When they hit you, I could redirect
Yeah.
it to me.
I should have known
Alright.
this shenanigans with y'all.
where did?
I'm not
someone
gonna
took
say
this
no, though.
note.
20 minutes.
Someone took this note. I didn't. Let's see. Where's the wizard's name? Morte. Where did he say his wizard tower was?
It's to
Northwest
the
of
northwest. Should we ask Gordon if there's any kind of like a transport we could borrow, like a cart or horses or something
an
to help us
excellent
get
idea.
up there?
I'm pretty sure he just went through a grave expense with this party. Not to mention giving all of us a handsome sum of money.
We can
don't-
still
I'm just
ask
saying-
anyway.
He seems to have a lot of money. What's a little bit extra?
Now, I've been hit with the humble brat a couple times in my life. Maybe it is time you are too. Go on.
You want me to ask him?
It was your idea.
Okay.
How do
I
they
walk
say?
up to the front door.
How they say in Lithkulu, nut up or shut up?
Oh, Jesus. Alright, so, Reyes, you go up and...
It's taking me a while to move my character because it's very laggy, but I'm up at the front door.
Right, yeah, that's fine. So you knock on the front door, and a couple seconds later, the door opens, and you see this. You see Corden, brat fellow, in front of you. Yes,
Hey.
what can I do for you, ma'am?
Hey, Gordon, I actually have a really big favor to ask you. So we wanted to go and speak with the, I believe you said his name was Avis Mort.
Abus
The
Morte,
wiz-
the
the
wizard.
wizard.
Yes.
Morte, I am so sorry. Yeah, we think we might be able to talk with him and get a little bit more insight about where your master has gone, or maybe just a little bit more details about things that are going on around here. And I was wondering if you might be able to assist us.
I'm kind of. I'm afraid I don't know where his domicile is, but there may be somebody who does.
Right, and who would that be?
You might check with Jody. You might check with Jody Mitchell. She has the jewelry shop in town. And from what I understand, she has a little bit of he kind of lowers his voice. Magical items that she has procured and sells to
Got it.
discreet clientele.
Now, she's the one that was a little bit, as you said,
Yeah, there's.
the appraiser.
Yes, there's a.
Great.
I warn you, she is an interesting character, but not
Well,
somebody
I look forward to meeting her.
Yeah, I don't care to be in her company for very long, but she means well.
As most people do.
You
So I will definitely love to speak with her. Well, we're going to go ahead and speak to Jody. But we were also wondering, do you know where we could look for maybe transportation? Do you maybe have some horses and a carriage here at your wonderful estate that's so lovely and large?
We don't here. Fortunately, in the Eastern Ward, the homeowners' fees provide us with all of the transportation we need. So our carriages are sort of city-owned. But there are stables out front. If you at stable market at the north end of town in the market ward, if you wish to purchase any.
What if we just wanted to borrow?
You might talk to the stable master. I'm not sure what type of transportation they have outside of the Eastern Ward. I'm sure they have some type of. I know they have transportation in the city. It's outside of the city I'm not so sure about.
Well, I'm sure we can manage. But thank you so much for your information.
Yeah,
I'm sure
very
we can
welcome.
figure it out. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. Shuts the door and walks back outside.
I walk back to the party. So, maybe we should head into town and talk to this jewelry appraiser. It sounds like she might have a good insight on our wizard buddy that we need to go find.
An appraiser, you say?
Sounds like a good enough plan.
I thought he was against appraisals.
According to our friend Gordon back there, he seems to say that the wizard and that jewelry appraiser meet up frequently and exchange magical items.
Good enough for me. Oh,
But I'm
got
not-
my map. What happened?
I mean, yeah, I
Zoom
agree
out
to
real
investigate.
far.
But like, wasn't there a letter up in the study that said something along the lines of he does not do magical appraisals?
He doesn't, but she does. And she might know where that wizard is located, which would save us a little bit of time when we're trying to find the wizard.
Well, that's worth a shot.
During the time while Rhea was talking to the host of the event, for lack of a better word, at some point I was just going to be tapping Nikki on the head repeatedly, saying, hey. 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 Until Nikki acknowledges my existence.
Whatever can I do for you?
My name's Duscalo.
My name's Nikki.
This entire
Okay.
time we've been riding around and never introduced ourselves. Slow-ended.
Little Nikki.
I have been thinking that the entire time. I'm so glad somebody said it.
Me too.
Just Nikki.
One of these days,
Oh.
I promise you, I'm gonna get you to say it's the shiznit. Sometime in this campaign, this is my whole
It's gonna be a
overarching goal.
password. It's gonna be a password to something. Must be spoken by a fae.
Got two of those.
It's gonna be the activation word for some magic item.
Do the ducks spell
So-
something?
He did say, no, damn it, you're not the
Okay.
first person to ask that either. No,
I
they did
forgot
not.
to use my owl the
Oh.
entire time.
So, I said the market ward. I meant the hawk ward. The hawk ward is kind of the mercantile center of Perryville.
Awkward. Okay.
It's where people go to hawk things.
Excellent.
So what is y'all? What is it y'all plan on doing from here?
I plan on going to the Hawkward and hawking things.
Okay. So where in particular are you looking for? Are you looking for any specific shops? Are you looking for Jody Mitchell's shop?
I guess we start out with the lead, Jody Mitchell's shop.
Sure. It's not hard to find. This is there's a lot of people here. This is the high part of trade season in Perryville, where vendors come from all around. They take advantage of Perryville not having a king and certain tax laws that they are able to pretty much sell without having to pay anything more than a simple stall fee wherever they set up location. They get a little permit from the Merchants Guild. They set up a stall here, so merchants flock from other cities to come here during the popular seasons to sell things at much more of a profit than they do in their own kingdom. So there's a lot of traffic here, a lot of people. Go ahead.
No. I'm not. I don't know what I'm actually trying to say. I lost it halfway through after the second stutter. I completely lost what I was going to say.
Jody Mitchell, though, is a permanent fixation in Perryville. As you manage to walk down the main street and head south past this large coliseum that they use for various kind of pit fighting, theatrics, and stuff like that. They even hold plays, all kinds of little do-thits and what's-its in this little arena. So you go further south until eventually you find the epicenter of the permanent buildings here in the Hawk Ward, where you see blacksmith building. You see labeled across the sign Banded Steel. You see a couple merchant stalls, one of them that sells foods. It's called Go Nuts and NUTZ. And then you see a cross in elegant, almost elvish handwriting, Elegance by Jody Mitchell.
Okay.
I already know this kind of person.
I'm going to pull Rhea aside, and I'm going to. Oh wait, I need my notepad. I closed it out. I'm going to pull her aside, and I'm going to say, okay. Do you remember Areza, that stubborn tiefling that we ran into at the crypt?
I do.
Did you see what she did as I gave her the information? She took it, she walked away with it, and she aimed to claim on my bounty.
As anyone would.
I would not. This is your lead. You go interrogate the suspect. We follow our leads.
I just simply ask questions.
Oh, I do not want to steal your glory.
I do nothing for glory.
Well,
Counterspell.
what I am trying to say is, we'll go in and talk to her, but you are the one who garnered the information. So you should, in my eyes, you should be the one, at least the first attempt to garner more information. I feel it would be rude for me to step in. If you do not feel it is rude, I will adhere to your customs. But my customs dictate that it would be rude if I did it.
I do not feel like it is rude. We're here as a team. If you want to ask anything, feel free.
Understood. I barge into that fucking that fucking shop. Not like loud, but like I'm on a mission.
Sure.
Raya stands at the door like, what just happened?
So this shop in particular has a large green roof, and it's about 35 feet wide. It's narrow, but it's long, about 80 foot long. As you walk in, there are glass display cases with different pieces of fine jewelry, a couple articles of really fine clothing, and across the desk you see a human female in her probably early 80s. Give me an insight check.
I love it, and I assume now I don't like taking advantage on insight tech checks. That doesn't make fucking sense at all.
This is more of an observation, but insight check. You notice she has extremely vibrant It appears to be a natural hair color, but it's very obviously a wig, and she has gray hairs sticking out underneath the wig, so she didn't even put it on very good. She's tall and a rotund lady. She has
What does rotund mean?
kind of round, a little rounder.
Okay.
Shit.
I didn't know.
Shit. No, that's not one. She has God dang it. She has scabby knuckles, and she doesn't seem to stop scratching them. As you see her pacing back and forth, she goes, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Whoa, hello. There he is. Come in, please. Welcome to Elegance by Jody Mitchell.
Are you Jody Mitchell?
I am the one and the same. As she's constantly kind of scratching at her knuckles, and you see they're a little scabbed and worn from the incessant scratching.
Understood. I'm wondering if you can tell me about a man named Abis Morte and his relationship with a Barnaby Holdford II.
Let me ask you, are your feet cold?
I don't have.
Well,
I look up at Dusk Hollow. Are your feet cold?
A little bit.
my feet are always
Yes.
cold. It's so strange. I have 4 pairs of socks on, but yet here we are. Sorry, as she looks up at, and she's got these spectacles on her face. Her eyes look much larger, magnified. Very Professor Trelawney kind of look in the face, in the eyes. She looks at you. I'm sorry, rude of me. You asked a question. What?
Oh. First of all, I'd like to. Does it feel cold?
I'm
breathe.
thinking.
Do I see
I'm
my breath?
thinking. No, you don't feel your breath.
Okay.
Just gonna whisper to Nikki and say she's old.
Oh, really? Ooh.
I am cold. Your friend is right. It is cold.
I was asking about a Mr. Avis Morte.
Morte. Oh. Give me a
Wizard.
persuasion check.
Oh no.
Has it been 10 minutes? It's probably.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
It was
definitely
10.
makes sense. I know of him, perhaps. Under what circumstances brings you into my establishment to ask?
There has been an attack at the estate of a Barnaby Holdford II.
And her eyebrows jet up. Oh.
The children
Yes.
took them.
No. Don't
The children?
you want to I don't think anybody ever told me
Not
about
confidently.
the children.
I'm thinking.
was-
I'm thinking. Oh, so Holdford, you said taken, lots of children looking for the wizard. Peculiar. Not fish people, I'm assuming. Real children, you say?
I wouldn't rule out fish people for
Or the
next time, but
frogs.
no. Maybe.
Oh, would you look at this? As she turns around and she holds out this beautiful bracelet. It's got like ruby inlays and elvish writing on the side of it. Ooh, is this something you're interested in? I'll sell it to you for a fine price. I think it would complement your attire so
Wait a
well. You're a magnificent creature. I've never seen one. May I touch? Oh, no, that's rude of me to ask. Why is it
No,
so cold?
Wait a second. If I pull out the bracelet that I took, can I compare it to it real quick?
Yeah, they look
I
different.
took the one that was given to the housekeeper. Okay, never mind.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. They look different.
Why is
Okay.
it so cold? When did you start feeling this this cold?
40, maybe 30 years ago? It's been so long I've forgotten. It's so cold. I'm thinking,
May I
though.
make you some tea?
Oh, no, I'm deathly allergic, I'm afraid.
Would you? I heard you wanting to
Only wine.
touch something of mine, and I'll let you touch my hooves if you let me see your feet.
Oh, my, young man. Woohoo.
Very bizarre.
Oh, my. Well. Okay.
Connecting the dots.
She pulls
Descalo.
her really fine blue dress up. She
Covered Duscalo's ears.
pulls 4 pairs of socks off, each of them silky and lacy, but a different color. As she pulls them all off, you see just really wrinkly and like your foot has been in water for too long because her feet have been sweating in all of these socks.
But they're not like atrophied. They're not like frostbitten.
No, not at all. Just pruny.
So the only damage I see that's done to her feet has been a result of sweating because they've been in socks.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Prestidigitate away the smell. We're gonna whisper quietly to Nikki, because Descalo has connected the dots in their head, and say,
Go on.
"The dead are cold." It all
They're
makes
also
sense.
they're also not exactly conscious. Well,
Have you
I
ever
am.
thought of trying a different type of sock? I know that when I'm out in the woods, I would never wear a sock like that. I always go for something more woolen. It breathes and it really keeps your foot nice and warm. I mean, those silk and satins, it's just really not good for your skin.
Give me a persuasion check. Perhaps there is. Hang on. Let's see.
Elegance.
Also,
Perhaps that's you're onto something. Perhaps this is true. Oh, this would be great for, because I have to take the woods up north before the Bully Bellows to see Abus. Who are you asking about again?
Abus.
Actually, we were wanting to go see Avis too. He's a really great friend of ours.
Oh, he's a
When are you
fine
heading?
gentleman.
He is so fine, isn't he? He's truly a gentleman.
Yes. Oh, it's just such a long walk, to get to his house in the house, if you call it such atrocious. Why, these wizards feel they have to live in these round, pointy towers.
With so many stairs.
Oh, so many stairs. My bones are so brittle, and I have to walk up all of those stairs.
I know.
Hey, we got.
Absolute
Oh.
eggheads.
I'm just gonna burst out. We could go together as I'm like rocking back and forth on Nikki's shoulders.
Of course you would.
What a
Of course you would.
fantastic idea. We could travel together like a journey. When are you
Hi.
heading up?
Well, I
Assist you with
have.
the climbing of stairs, my lady.
I do have a few trinkets, odds and ends to take him to see. Well, right away, I say. Well, it's dark. It's almost dark. Ooh, but how about we go tomorrow? Remind me, where are we going again?
To see our dear friend Avis.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, very well. We shall set off tomorrow. 9 o'clock on. It should put us there before night falls.
That sounds wonderful. I can't wait to journey with you.
Oh, what a delight! I'll make sweet rolls and tea.
Oh my god. Awesome.
I love tea.
Oh, I do too. It's just so delicious.
But I thought you were allergic to tea.
Oh, let me see.
Whoever said
And she,
that?
allergic.
She did a few seconds ago.
I write all of these down.
I
Let me
never
see.
said such a thing.
And she pulls out her book. Give me a perception check. Anybody who's within the vicinity.
Into it. Oh my god, press the button.
Wow. Nat 20.
So far, everybody is well. Okay, so you see as
Paying
she,
attention? No.
as she pulls out the book, she starts off holding it backwards as she opens it and looks at the cover, exposing the insides of the book before she realizes she's reading nothing, blank leather-bound front and back of her book as she flips it around. But while it was flipped over, you saw that she has a booklet, and as she flips it around in the front, you see the text as the title of the book says Haters. And there are names on the pages with a few crossed out.
She's got a kill list?
Just says haters, and the names are crossed out. Do with that what you will. 9 o'clock sounds like a fantastic time. We'll get there before dark.
Did we catch any of the names on the list?
So you will have a couple of them. None of them strike you as anybody that you've heard of. With the exception of a name that is not crossed out with the name Backbeard.
Uh-oh.
Horace?
You said it's already dark. Is there any way I could find a weapons vendor before we...
The blacksmith is just a couple buildings down. Oh, this is... Oh, why? Not this book. This is my book of lovers. Oh. And she closes it. And she puts it down.
Dial.
She starts scratching her knuckles again. I should stop that music because she is not making.
Yeah, I was like, I was wondering about the zombies in her
No.
basement. At this point.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Hey, just saying, Dusk Hollow put this together like 20 minutes ago.
So, with that being said, yeah, what are you wanting to get to the blacksmith?
I'm wanting to get a shield and a whip.
Yeah, so they'll cost you PHP prices. I can't think of what those are off the top of my head, but everything there, it's run by a green dragonborn. His name is Felkus Vorax. He's pretty smart, tall, ripped. He's got shit. He has no he has a vest on, no shirt underneath. He's ripped to all get out, blessed with a lavish V shape around his hips, ripped abs, and he looks at you and he smiles. He smiles very much.
Do you see that episode of Rick and Morty? He's got those things. You know?
He's going to give you at the end of your transaction, give me an insight check.
Love it.
He's gonna put his number with the heart
17.
next to it on the receipt, isn't he?
He says you should come back so he can put his eyes on you again, as he gives you a 20% off coupon
Oh my god.
to a store called Made You Do It, MAGE.
Alright, hold on. What was the name of this brawny, beautiful man?
Felkus, Felkus, Felkis, Vorax, Voryax. It's around 50 years old, green dragonborn. Pronouns are they, them. And that's where we'll end the session. As y'all find a tavern to spend your evening, or I'm assuming a tavern. You can go out and sleep in the field if you want to.
Copy that.
Another rooftop.
So the tavern in the Hawk Ward, closer.
I like to think that Dusk would just, when we go to sleep, she'd just wrap up in my hair and just stay there.
Oh man, y'all
Never
taking the
leave.
Y'all taking the bromance to the next level now. Oh,
I didn't do this. He did this.
you ride one or the other into combat now.
How hilarious it'd be if I took the mounted combatant machine.
Dude.
I'm prepared. I'll prepare for that. Right. Okay, so we are going to end there. I'm going to mute my mic for a second. And thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out and checking out our new campaign. And it's a fantastic cast. We got our one new addition.
The time of my life.
Oh, I should mute him too.
And I owe it all to big titty elves.
Yeah, what a time.
The big elves aren't here anymore, though.
Oh, anyway, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate y'all's support. Come back
It's the
next
last
week. We're going to do
campaign.
this every single Wednesday from 7 p.m. Central to 11 p.m. Central. And look forward to seeing you
Okay,
again.
because
So
he just
thank y'all.
muted himself.
Bye.
Yeah.